Mafia, 2 KP total 2, 1 parody cop, 1 nerfed medic, and 1 vigilante. We are running a $50 Steam card for the MVP of the game. So, if you want to be the winner, don't be a shitter. Please be respectful of others. Don't talk during accusations, etc., etc. Don't talk after votes. In the night, Wiggles, you die. The day begins.
Fuck you.
Still undefeated in chess. Killing folks. Get wrecked, boy.
Oh, is that why you were so excited?
It feels so good. It feels so good to be the best, you know?
I beat you before, Siggy, so it doesn't mean shit, right?
I'm undefeated the first game. That's what really matters. You know? That's the one where you figure out who's the best player.
It's really I'm just going to let this sit here for a moment, by the way. Striker is Mafia.
Ryan's probably Mafia.
How you doing, Dick? You having a good holiday? Has it looked up?
Mafia.
No, I probably wouldn't kill.
Well, it has today, baby.
So
Welcome to Mafia.
Off of the night kill.
I'm so glad you're playing this game.
Some demeanor reason.
Alright, Colin is town. I've got a god read on Colin.
Alright.
Oh no! I have a different check between Colin and Duke.
Oh, good luck.
Shit, I'm fucked when Duke dies in the night.
I give up. I'm Mafia.
Oh, I win! Yes! Easiest difference.
Dude, it feels so good to play with you again, Duke.
I've missed him so much. He
played weird, right? I got a beard and everything now? Or something?
5 is my
You've got longer facial hair than me.
I just want to say, if you have a medic save on me, we can instantly try and reduce KP. It's that fucking easy.
I don't think the medic
save. Hey CJ, what's going on, my dude?
It's not on you, Barrett.
No matter my role or saves, I'm strongly considering claiming a save on Bayrex just to kill it Rain.
I already got the save on Bayrex. It's fine.
Ryan does not kill Bayrex.
I don't know who's talking to me, but I'm writing down names.
I'm fucking confused.
I said hi, CJ.
Oh, hi. Oh, I couldn't understand you. Your mic sounds terrible.
It's my phone. That's why.
Did anyone do the best dumb tell yet?
Haven't you noticed him sitting on the kitchen
Wait, who
floor?
died?
Did anyone do the best dumb tell? No, that's not the best dumb tell. Wait, this isn't a ghost setup?
Yeah, there wasn't a ghost in this game? I don't understand.
I tried, peepers. Can I get like a brownie point for trying?
CPB's
Can I have a brownie?
You ruined my pre-game read. I thought you were super excited because you rolled town, but it's just because you won chess.
Oh shit! Legitimately,
I'm disappointed that I rolled town.
Wiggles.
Thanks, bud.
Colin has like team
Me too, Siggy Wiggy, me too.
It's alright. I'll just blame at the end of the day again.
So I'm okay. I don't understand how. I don't understand how you go from being like slightly depressed that Wiggles died to be like, he died.
This game, Ryan.
I like Wiggles, but I don't care that he died. Sorry, Wiggles.
Quick question.
Best game, Ryan.
This is a $50.
No, I am
What's
not.
the $50 question, Five?
I am not
No,
the
this is a $50 cash game. So
Oh, guys, Ryan. Okay, Ryan.
It's not. No. It's
I'm
not
sorry,
a cash
Ryan.
game. It's a
I'm hard
$50
claiming
Steam
not
card
veggie.
game. Steam money is not
Ryan,
cash.
you can claim my role.
No,
Ryan's
Steam
the
money
veggie,
is
guys.
devalued by 18% for a start.
Okay, it'll be like.
I think it's pretty funny that Pope made that comment at the beginning about Wiggles wanting a second chance, and then Fool gets 9-0.
Then he gets fucking right. He knew as well. He knew at that time. I guarantee you.
Actually, Seggy, you might be the save after that.
Oh shit! Can I just give away why I killed Wiggles in the night? God damn it!
Duke, I was actually considering whether I'm more depressed that he did die, or I would have been more depressed by the fact he didn't die if he didn't.
Sorry, you're confirmed town in my eyes.
Seven strikers.
Ryan, you hard claiming?
Yeah,
Just to me?
Just to
me.
I'll
Okay.
just stick there for the rest of the
am I
game.
being
Guys, I'm the medic. I tried to save Posei, and I got told I couldn't because he's the town that can't be saved. So
It'll be problematic in final fight.
Confirmed
So how
town.
much longer before we lynch Grinsky, guys?
No, I'm ready.
Long time, dude.
I love how Wiggles.
I got 4 town. How many
Duke
are
just
you up
worked
to?
out his to save.
I got
He can
like
be as
half.
scummy as he wants.
No, let's not estimate. How many kills actually have?
That's a
Striker,
weird
is the
pairing.
food gone?
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay.
Striker, you weren't here for the previous game. Did you watch it at all?
I'm hungry.
Striker doesn't watch Mafia games. He just like is,
Damn,
you know,
CJ.
here.
He barely follows them when he's in them.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
Rob,
It'll be
why
above his
shouldn't I
trade.
lynch you?
I know I was wrong last game, but killing folks is Mafia this game.
I don't like your first push, Ryan.
Wait, were you wrong?
No.
I was right last
I have a
time, but
Mafia.
5
I
is.
I'm trying to think of another one.
I think I got a spicy read. I think
I
Siggy's
actually do,
Mafia.
Seggy. I just can't say it.
That's a spicy read, dude.
Wait,
I want to hear your reason, dude.
Siggy, okay, so like, dude, I have a read of when I'm PR. I do what I call big dick in it, and that's what Siggy does as Mafia. Siggy's Mafia just comes out, he says a bunch of shit like, guys, I'm Mafia this game.
But Duke, I'm obvious town though, right?
So
No.
What do you think of Colin so far?
Colin, I'm pretty sure he's down.
He's probably.
I'm not talking to you, Duke. I'm talking to 5.
Look, I can only see 3 people. Give me a fucking break.
He's very likely town. If I'm alive day 2 and he's Mafia, he'll be dead though.
Right now, I got the Striker Siggy Colin combo. It's beautiful. I don't need anybody else in this game.
Now.
No,
I'm kind of sad that no one. I'm kind of sad that no one cared about the 4 towns that Bayrex had and the 4 towns that Grinsky had.
I don't care about you people.
The 4 towns
as well as Bayrex's
keepers, Bayrex, Colin.
Alright, I'm gonna stop talking if you're not Bayrex. Bayrex, we're your 4th town.
Keep on coming. Who else wants to call me town this game?
Dude, I literally can't hear what Bayrex is saying.
I haven't got the signal of these town reads.
Colin, if you get too many town reads, you're gonna die.
I want them all. I want them all. Come on.
Your town this game are Killing Folks, Posei, Colin, Duke.
Why didn't you?
Those are correct.
I don't hate your town circle.
Why killing
I
folks?
can't hear Bayrex.
Striker, who's your top town, Striker? I just want your top
Those
town.
are correct.
Killing Folks
Probably
literally
5.
opened this day. He's like a PR,
That's
so
not
he is
good.
going to
He
die.
only asked for 1, not 5.
Like,
somebody-
unless he's like the cop and someone saves him.
Killing
I
folks will
strongly
never
believe
get
this.
killed in
Dude, thumbs up for that joke, dude.
Can somebody with
Colin,
a mic
watch me alert.
Can somebody with a
What are you
mic
drinking, Siggy? What are you drinking, dude?
I'm just reading all the good players.
Kona Longboard Island Lager.
That's the most Mafia beer in the world, dude. Why would you admit to drinking it?
I only drink it when I roll Mafia, Duke. It's the honest truth. I'm being honest.
It's the same way as Dingling. Why are we outing ourselves like this, Siggy?
My town circle is Colin, myself, 5 peepers. And I might add Striker. I don't think.
Rob, you think I'm town, right? I think you're town.
I'm still on the quest to get in Rob's town circle day 1. It'll never happen. It's never happened.
I'm actually pretty sure I'm a Rob Alloy town
I
read.
can't hear you.
And I've never had a Rob Alloy town read in my life. Rob Alloy.
So it's probably wrong, right, Siggy? You've never had a read, you're so sure on it?
Goddamn Americans!
All right. Why did people say to you, "Watch me luck"? Do you know why he said that?
Because he wants to kill himself because you rolled Mafia twice.
Oh, it's because he's covered his face with his t-shirt and he's blending in with his couch.
Can somebody
Because
with a mic
yesterday,
that
not yesterday, in the previous game, I said his shirt matches his couch and he's blending in.
Can somebody with a mic that actually rejects repeat Bayrex's reads for me?
He thinks town is like Colin, Duke, Posei, and someone else.
We can lynch CJ at any point, too.
Oh, this is the first time I actually have to read CJ in like 5 games of him.
We should be lynching Grinsky.
Bayrex, who was your 4th?
I found Orion.
Killing Folks.
I'll second CJ. I second CJ.
Yeah.
Second is Ryan.
There's a form on CJ. Accusations.
Yes!
Someone else.
We're the best, dude.
Oh, shit. Siggy formal this?
I think I caught a Mafia, and his name is Glenn Coco.
No, Glenn Coco's never Mafia.
So why is CJ under formal? Why are we... What?
So you seconded him, dude.
You seconded him.
No. The question is, if he thinks Glenn Coco is Mafia, then why do we have CJ under formal?
Okay. You Duke's stronger than I am right now.
Shit. Okay, his name is Glenn Coco in Zoom. All right, I'm sorry, guys.
I think we could kill Duke this game.
CJ, hey, what do you read?
Trying to get a mislynch.
Oh my god! All right.
Cheers.
I feel like my semi-god read on Colin is correct this game, but everybody has literally called him town. So
can you tell me what a semi-god read is?
What are you gonna call me?
Town.
Oh
Wow.
fucking hell!
CJ,
It sounded like you were gonna say something different.
Okay, calm down. Calm down.
By the way.
CJ, why do you read Colin as town?
Literally, as soon as the day starts. I don't really want to say. Actually,
say it.
If you don't want to give
You missed the part where you said he had a semi-god read on him?
I have a semi-god read on him. Semi.
I have a.
You can say the reason.
It's like 91% accurate.
Literally, as soon
I
as
don't
the day
want
started.
to though.
You
Ryan,
should.
Can you resend?
So what's the percentage cutoff from semi-god to god, CJ?
What?
Do you think?
What's the cutoff between semi-god and god? Is it 95%?
God is 100%.
CJ, if you're not going to tell us why, then what are your other reads?
Dude, can you do me a favor?
I seconded Ryan formaled it.
Oh.
But
Self-preservation from Ryan.
This is the
first one to make the formal.
this game, I'm killing you. Even though I think you're
First one to make the formal. What are you talking about?
I could have self-preserved by seconding Ryan, but I don't second formals.
Ryan did the formal before anybody made a formal. What are you guys doing? I'm on the phone and I know this.
Right now, I'm not going. I don't think I'm going to kill Duke today. I missed him and I won't play with him.
But you still think he's Mafia, though?
I'm in the pocket.
He could be, but I'm just not.
My goal is to drink 6 of these bad boys before I get
Duke is too chaotic to be Mafia.
What?
I agree with Barex's read.
I may be, I may not be. That's
I'm a fucking wild card, dude. Don't tell me how I play.
I can break down your play because
Colin. That's between me and Jesus.
Okay. Get wrecked, dude.
So
look, Barrex thinks he has a read on me. When I flip Mafia this game, he's gonna feel so bad.
Duke, you have been talking so much through my damn formal. I'm gonna need you to like mute.
You haven't said anything.
Can I ask Duke a question, though?
Watch his hand. Watch his hand. Not go up, CJ.
CJ, who's your top down? CJ, who's your top down?
My top down is Colin, but right now everybody else.
Second time.
I'm going. I need people to stop talking because I've been trying to talk throughout my entire formal and literally.
Okay, stop talking about people are talking over you. Talk. Give your reads.
All right, so right now I am looking at the town being more peepers. I think Striker was the medic save because he's a popular medic save. So I'm gonna go with that.
CJ's the medic, boys. He outed himself.
I think other than that. Those two, I'm just gonna go with those two for now. Peepers and Striker for me right now. Other than that, I don't really have any scum. No one's really done anything scummy. Ryan might be Mafia. I don't know why he almost did this.
Ryan, he's town. He almost.
I don't have like I don't understand why you formal me this early, knowing like
I know you are.
What did Peepers do?
I don't have content early, so it's just like this is like
talk about Peepers.
What did Peepers do?
So the way Peepers came out, I thought was similar to how he was playing All Stars the last time I played with him, and I thought it was more of his town play rather than his Mafia play. So I thought it was just so similar that he probably town this game. Other than that,
Ryan, you know I'm too much of a pussy to vote, right?
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
I don't really know anybody else. I have to hear more because this is very early.
I push.
Push. 10 seconds.
Okay, well, I'm town here. I don't know what Ryan's doing, but it's whatever.
Oh, Barracks.
If you'd like to vote on CJ, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, vote. Not enough. Day continues.
Peepers, what were you going to ask me in this formal?
Why do you think he's Mafia?
I need you to do me a favor, preferably before the end of the day, but if you need the night to do it, you need to draw a duck and hold it up to the camera either today or tomorrow.
Striker, why talking to me, Peepers?
Yes. Killing folks.
Oh, I know now. See if you still remember.
Why?
It will help me gauge your drunkenness.
Oh, I'm not drunk. I swear to God, I'm not drunk.
Mafia.
This is the amount of beers I've had tonight. I am not drunk.
Draw the duck then.
I suck at drawing, Peepers. It's gonna look like a drunk duck regardless.
I formal Striker.
Someone said my name.
I read 5 down.
Please be quiet. There's a form on Ryan. Accusation.
Ryan, I think you have a high possibility of being Mafia. You should probably die here. See ya.
I have the same possibility as everyone else in the game, actually.
Except for the medic side.
Okay, none of you can read Ryan. I can read Ryan. Ryan's probably
follow-up
town.
thing for you, CJ. When you said you liked Peepers' intro to the game, what were you referring to?
I'm not 100% sure.
What was his intro?
The way he was playing early seemed more like the way he talks when he's town rather than when he's Mafia.
Yeah, but what did he say?
But when he's Mafia, I don't remember what he said word for word.
How early in the game?
When he's Mafia, he usually doesn't talk until like whenever, like when he's formal.
How early in the game was it?
Which it was.
Like,
I don't remember the time because I was like
no.
trying to
Was it at the very start or was it like?
It wasn't at the very. It wasn't at like the very start. He wasn't like the first person to speak, but it was sometime in like the first 2 minutes, I believe.
Dude, that's beautiful, by the way.
Interesting. Yeah, I think CJ's Mafia. I think Peepers is Mafia with him. I I don't know the
That's
FUD
not a
Mafia
good
yet.
read,
I'm sorry,
Ryan.
guys.
That's not a good read, Ryan.
I have a question, Ryan.
I don't
Can you
give a
explain your CJ reason more?
Can I explain my what?
Like, what's your reasoning more for like why?
Okay,
CJ...
so I went on CJ because Gook brought it up that like CJ was a good lynch this entire game, and Siggy made a point like that like this is a game where you actually have to read CJ, and I thought we've got.
How did CJ only get 2 votes?
We're in a good time where if I formal CJ, and we all read him town.
I think the CJ read's not bad. I think the Peepers read with him is kind of.
You shouldn't understand the people's read.
Why are we ignoring the fact that CPB is playing Sudoku right now?
Because CPB, it's just there.
5-up pushes on me at the start of the game by saying.
So Ryan, help
I didn't know the meta change. I didn't know the meta change.
You know what Ryan is saying, please. Don't dismiss lynch him.
I'll answer it later, Gransky. All right, so 5-up speaks at the start of the game and he says I'm Mafia because he thinks I kill Wiggles, which is false, but like, I think it's a towny perspective for 5 to think that, even though it's wrong. Bayrex, like, saying the thing about lynch Ryan if I'm the save, like the medic should just out it, like that is sort of towny as well, because like I don't think he ever says that as Mafia. Like that's really weird and baity, because if he is Mafia, he knows he's never the save, so like the medic never outs. Gorinsky's doing his like classic traffic cop, which is good for the game. Like I wouldn't lynch him today, definitely.
When did he traffic cop?
I haven't heard Gorinsky at all this game.
He did it during CJ's formal once, and like he's trying to ask me a question there, and like
emphasis on trying.
Yeah, you are trying, but like people aren't doing it. He's trying to traffic cop, and it's not working. Siggy like is very town this game. I don't think I'd probably ride or die with him. And I really
one person got fooled, Siggy.
I don't like Striker's 5 read. Like he just calls him town and then like falls back on it. Like, and I don't know how he could ever read 5 town from what 5's done this game. I would love to hear that.
Gotta be paying attention.
I didn't pay attention to that.
I read 5 town for the way he gave some of his reads, like his choice of words.
I didn't realize this was Striker's formal.
Settle down, Chuckle.
It's important for him to talk about it
so
because
Colin
he's had a lot of scum push on for that.
me. He's being fine, but like he seems to be more spewed, so it makes me think he's even more town. Gorinsky, what was your question?
I don't even remember at this point.
What do you want to ask?
Where would you like to push after this if you don't die? Like who's your, like, top push?
Like Peepers, Rob, CPB. And like, I would like to hear from Posey because like I think he might be town. But
do you ever read on killing folks?
No.
Why do you think Rob's Mafia?
By the way,
because
so do you think 5 is Mafia at all? Or do you
he
just
made
think
the comment that
like
self-preservation when I made the formal first. Like
people probably shouldn't even have a read on me right now besides like Rob.
Formal's over. Push or rescind.
Oh.
Push. 10 seconds. Ryan.
Yeah, I'm town.
If you'd like to vote on Ryan, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, vote. That's not enough. Day continues.
Uno!
Right, that wasn't one of Ryan's better formals, to be honest. Like, he could have been Mafia.
Uno?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's funny.
Where you at? Okay, so many people. No, hold on.
Let's kill my 4th favorite person in this Zoom.
Me?
No, that's Siggy.
Oh, fuck you.
No,
At least I think it's
Digi.
I
claim Digi.
So can we discuss killing?
Oh, that's even better. I have auto. Don't shoot me.
I cannot progress through this game without getting a read on killing folks or CPB.
Well, you just outed me. There was no secrets between.
I don't want to formal anyone. If anything, I'm formal on Posey. I just want to hear from.
I think the next formal is probably going to go on like killing folks. Killing folks. Talk in the next 2 minutes right now.
I think that Ryan's read on Gorinsky was pretty poor, but I thought that the way he was saying was pretty genuine. I think that Gorinsky hasn't really.
I think Ryan's reads are awful.
I think that when he.
Why didn't you
vote? Did you vote, Rob?
No, he didn't.
I think you're town, but I think
let killing folks speak before
he
we
really
lynch him.
wasn't trying at all to get my information out. I think that as town he would do that. I think that he's been sulking and sitting back, and I think that Gorinsky as town actually like projects town and is more active. I think that Gorinsky's most.
I want to hear a minute from Striker now. I think you're town
I never
killing folks.
town. I just said keep him in the game.
It's going to be a hard game.
I don't have a lot of reads I feel like super confident about. I'm retaining the 5 town read. I think Ryan, that was one of Ryan's townier formals, which worries me because I think I normally like read Ryan's formals scummy even when he's town, and the fact that I read that formal townie is kind of interesting. I kind of think that Duke and Colin are being too happy, but at the same time, I'm leaving
They're
them.
being too happy to be happy.
Well, like it's like they're forcing it almost.
Stop
Duke's-
like pushing on people who are obvious town strikers.
It's
Don't
like
do that.
they've
You've done
discovered
this
they
town-
get
I
easy
think
town reads when they're
you did
just
a town last
jolly.
game that I played with you, which is the only reason I'm not like discovering.
And if they're sad at the start of the game, they get called
So
Mafia.
they're like 4 and 5. I liked sorry, I wrote down Red Rex. I liked Bayrex early town circle.
So your town circle's like me, 5.
But me and Colin were both in that town circle, right? So what do
What'd you think of CJ's formal striker?
You think Colin's being too happy?
Appendages on the side of your head, and listen, I called you.
I say it goes on.
There's a formal on
Okay.
Pizai. Please be quiet. Accusation.
I think you are acting very differently than I normally expect you to, and I think you're Mafia for it.
Clearly doesn't want to win that MVP card this game either. So let's see. I think the fact that no one really cared about Garinsky or Bayrex early on probably makes them more likely town. I think if they had been Mafia, I think a Mafia partner would have been like, "Hey, yo, what's up with those reads?" Like trying to throw some credit their way. You can argue that I did that.
Do you think if Garinsky was down and had been doing what he's been doing, that someone wouldn't be trying to push him for a mislynch? Like if Garinsky's town, he's an easy mislynch for Mafia right now.
He might be. He might.
Have
not
you
be.
been missing my name, Striker?
I tried to follow Garinsky.
I have written him in downtown, so if he's on the formal, I'll take off my headset. I won't listen to anything he say, and I won't vote on him.
What were you thinking during Ryan's formal?
I kind of liked Ryan. I didn't particularly like his reads either. I can't even remember who was that mentioned. I think it was Rob.
His reads are awful.
I'm going against the grain.
I also liked CJ.
Really?
For his interest in actually hearing the reads that were given. He was very adamant about that. It might be off because early talkative CJ is usually Mafia CJ, but I think the information he wanted to gather was probably more town. Outside that, I think Bayrex is town. I had a slight town read on him before he started giving his read, and I think the fact that he put his name out there, or he put his thoughts out there, saying like, "Hey, I have 4 towns," is
Do you only have town, or do you have Mafia?
I had Duke earlier as Mafia. I'm not 100% sure anymore. I have an issue thinking that Town Duke would actually be as disruptive as it was early on in the day. You can also you can add that to through the entirety of CJ's formal as well. Like he just wanted his voice heard constantly. I found that quite unnerving.
So what about my play has changed me from being non-town?
Because you've stopped like being as disruptive. So
He drew
it
the
might
duck.
just be that well, now the beginning phase has ended and you actually take the game serious.
Can I just say something to Siggy real quick? You do not have to shoot tonight. Just so you know.
This is end of day. It's fine.
Anyways,
that's actually helpful, Ryan. Thank you.
Outside that,
Don't shoot Duke. Don't shoot me.
I'm saying you don't.
Kill him.
Outside that, I have Colin a slight.
That makes it so much worse than you thought CJ was Mafia.
Right? And I have Rob Alloy as town because I tend to consider his formaling people trying to get the day going to be more his town play than his Mafia play.
Do you ever read on Striker, Pose?
No.
What did you think about the late vote on Ryan?
I don't think his reads were that well thought out. But he gave the impression that he wasn't like too strong about them himself.
Did you get a read on 5? What's your 5 read if you have one?
I have no idea about 5. I don't think he's done anything this day.
Formaled in second.
He formaled you.
Yeah, I know he formaled me. That doesn't really mean anything.
What about the accusation he gave you? You didn't actually. Did you go over that?
Yeah, he thought it's nothing like he's ever seen me play before.
Could you?
I don't know. I don't generally say a lot.
Could you TLDR your like 5 Mafia at the moment?
You got 1.
No, because I don't write them down. So it's just those that were not in my town circle. So it's anyone outside Beric, CJ, Garinsky, Colin, and Rob, and myself, funnily enough.
Do you read Rob down? Oh.
I already covered
He
that.
talked about it.
Just formals, basically.
Formal's over. Which I push for send. Push 10 seconds.
If I had to add anyone else, I think it would be Siggy. He seems to have been defending, from my perspective, the correct people today.
He did also hard claim picture.
Oh yeah, also that.
If you'd like to vote on Pazai, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, vote. 6 is not enough. You're going into your guaranteed formal.
I think that'll be a very useful vote.
That is a very useful vote.
CPP, contribute or die. Contribute or die.
Can we lynch him?
I'm gonna formal striker, but I'm gonna wait.
I'm formaling CPB next. I'm making the next formal. If anyone makes the next formal besides me, I will probably kill them.
Segi, do you think
But
that
then they
Rob
could reduce KP and get confirmed credit.
Because that's what I want.
I feel like the video.
Who besides Rob, Ryan?
Just have a reckless
People's a Rob.
abandonment.
Your reads are awful.
P-Bex, who do you think is town
Siggy.
this game now? I just want to hear your town reads. I don't care about your mafia reads.
Honestly, I think like town's like I think Gorinsky is town. I have a lot of fucking scum is kind of my problem. I think Rob is probably town. That's why I've definitely voted on Ryan just because he's he wants to lynch me and Rob and I don't think Rob's a lock town by any fucking means.
Why do you
but
think Gorinsky's town?
I think it's a very Gorinsky just came out and was excited to have 4 town and kept saying it or something like that. It's light as well. I didn't like the traffic cop read that Ryan gave on him. I don't think that was accurate. So again, it's another reason to kind of voted on him.
I think we should kill CPB.
Ooh.
Town's scared.
It's a safe kill. It's a safe kill.
Gorinsky, what are your Gorinsky? What's your top Gorinsky? Who do you think is mafia? Who would you put the next formal on, and who do you think is mafia?
And I'm tired of losing.
I think at this point it's
voted,
I think it's somewhere between CPB and killing folks. I don't like the fact that Duke was disruptive between him and Colin. I was reading Colin more towny for it, Duke less so. I think in the people who have been semi-active today, Striker and 5, there's a potential in there, but I don't have solid reads on either.
Formal killing folks.
Second
killing folks.
I think
Formal
that
and killing folks accusation.
I think as town you talk up more day one by yourself without having to be pinged out. I think that that's pretty much my only mafia read on you. Also, I think that you're a safer kill than CPB.
No,
not really. Not really. I don't know about that.
Oh, well, that would hurt me.
All right. Well, I gave my Gorinsky read, and then he told me to shut up. So I was like, okay, hold on. You were the Vigi, so I'm like, okay, I'll just trust you. I thought that Ryan was towny in his formal. That's why I didn't vote. Other than that, I think that Colin, as town tries to be read as mafia, but he tries to be read as mafia so much that he can't be read as mafia. And I think that he wants to so badly, but it just doesn't happen. Other than that, I thought that Posey during his formal was very towny. I thought that the way that he spoke, I thought that the way that he gave his reads were good, but I thought that some of them weren't too great. Really, I'm not sure who the mafia is outside of that.
Do you think Mafia voted on Posey?
I think that what?
Do you think Mafia voted on Posey?
Do you think Mafia are in the beginning of the vote or in the hammers?
How about we let him answer one question at a time, 5, and then you can.
This is a better question though.
Who was the vote? Keepers, Siggy,
Shut your mouth.
I love 5.
Duke.
Folks, Mafia.
I think that Peepers, CPP,
correct,
5 could be Mafia in that.
Correct.
I'm not really sure.
Wait, no.
I think that Gorinsky is getting too many town reads for doing minimum.
2 of them?
Let's hear. Peepers, Posey, Ryan. That's more than 2.
But you also have to assume that Siggy read him more town because he formal killing folks over Gorinsky, right? So,
Rob, can you defend killing folks?
Why would
I never said I counted Gorinsky in this game.
Because Rob told
I
me
think that
with CPB over you, so he must read your
I
town.
think CPB is more mafia.
yes.
Why
All
do you think killing folks is more town?
So I think that
I just think CPB is more mafia. I don't have a
his town circle of Colin, killing folks, Posey, and Duke. I thought that I came out and I said that yes, those are 4 town. I thought that Duke.
What do you think about the reason I called you mafia?
I thought it was pretty poor. And I directed that at the beginning of my formal when I said that I gave my read on Grinsky and I was going to give more, but you told me to shut up. So I already answered that question.
But I said you didn't talk up enough without being pinged out. When you talked is when I pinged you out.
What if I told you I think Ryan's Mafia and you shouldn't get credit for like seconding you and you shouldn't get credit for formaling CJ?
For town of me calling Posey and Duke, and I said that those are all for town.
Why would I get credit?
I thought that Duke.
You wouldn't because the video made the formal.
He was being like pretty interactive and like interrupty.
Do you have a read on Striker?
When he what?
Do you have a read on Striker?
No, I don't have a read on Striker.
What about 5?
5? Not really.
What do you think about the fact that he apparently forgot about his very strong Mafia read on you and decided to go for CPB instead?
I think he did that last game as town as well. So I don't really know, Posey. Duke, I think when he...
Why do you keep trying to come back to your read on me?
Because nobody lets me finish my read on you. That's why. All right, so I thought that Duke's interactiveness and like when he was pulling off during a formal, I thought that was Towny Duke.
He was pulling off during a I'm sorry.
He was being distractive, and he realized it, and he stopped being distracted in a formal. And I think that's Towny Duke. All right, so CJ is the last person. I think that when he got, I thought that his reaction to getting pinked out was good. I thought that his formal was good as well, and that's about it.
What do you think about the people who voted on CJ?
I wanted to
Ryan in 5. I thought that Ryan
Formal's over. Would you like to push or
I
send?
don't have anything on 5.
Push. Killing folks. 10 seconds.
I'm Town here. I'd probably go for Gorinsky after this.
If you'd like to vote on killing folks, please raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, vote. That is enough. Killing folks, you have died. Please go to sleep. By the way, I'm going to double check this just in case. I feel like I was correct, but I'm going to double check.
It was 8.
Okay. We are going to do a second review. I'll let you know if anything changes. Yep, that is enough. Okay. God, I'm good at modding. Okay.
God, so there's a hurricane that's coming towards Texas.
Oh yeah. Are you in Texas?
I'm in Houston, right where it's gonna be the worst.
Nice, dude.
We're right at like the north of it, where all the rain's gonna be.
Get some nice footage. Record that shit.
I won't be here. I'll be in like El Garo or something, I think.
Are you guys just going to get away?
Yeah, we're getting away.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to be here. It's gonna be like 12 to 18 inches. Or something.
What I heard, the news said something like 3 feet.
Yep. It's pretty awful. Houston's such a floody city.
How old are you killing folks?
18.
18. So college soon?
Yep. Monday.
First day of college?
Yep.
Oh shit. What are you doing? You going to community college, online, what?
Yeah, I'm going to community college, and then I'm gonna try and transfer into Rice.
That's a good idea.
It's just so much cheaper to go to community college and transfer.
Mm-hmm. Do you get any kind of like support or funding for going to community college instead?
No, not really. I'm paying myself.
I know our high school said if you'd go to a community college, we would give you, like, if you got like really good grades, they'd pay for you to go to community college. But
oh yeah, I mean, I'm already like basic. I've already got my first semester done based off of test scores.
Nice.
So like, yeah, I'm already ahead. I'm getting an associate's in like engineering, and then I'll finish it in like Rice. My grandfather went there, so that'll be a lot of help.
Rice, huh?
It's like a Southern Notre Dame. It's a private college.
I recognize the name. I didn't know where it was. I didn't know it was in Texas.
Yeah, it's in Houston.
I think we're almost ready.
Chicago Comic-Con. I thought C2 is that Chicago Comic-Con or C2E2? Because I thought that was in April.
Night actions. Let's go. Yeah, that 2-year community college, I think it's called the A+ program, was implemented the year after I graduated high school, so I wasn't eligible for it. Yeah. Now I owe my university like $1 billion.
Oh wow.
College is a meme. It's a good business model, that's all it is.
My doomsayer. Probably. To my mistress as well.
Dude, you preach it, Spaceworm. We can game 2 already, Maeve lost? Yeah, dog. Okay, let's do it. Let's wake it up. Thanks for the entertainment. 5 out of 7. Please wake up. Please wake up. Stop formal. Stop day. 18 minutes. Okay. In the night. Rob, you die. Colin, you die. Day begins.
Okay. I think Mafia's in Ryan Striker 5.
Very bad, Siggy.
So Colin's probably the medic save, right?
Did you vote
Between
on
Rob and Colin?
Rob's the medic.
What was the vote on killing folks?
Did you vote?
Almost
Duke?
everybody.
I did not vote on killing folks.
Yeah,
I had a really terrible.
I
had a really terrible reason for not voting on killing folks.
You were the ninth.
Talking about?
Duke, I wrote your name down as the ninth because you did actually have something in front
Your
of the camera
finger
when
kept
I took.
going up in front of it.
Oh, I did. I didn't mean to vote. I wasn't ever going to vote.
Yours was 9, but just be aware of that because it could have easily been a
I
hammer.
kill CPB or peepers.
I'm not letting you kill CBB today, probably.
Okay, so I think Duke is town. 2 no voters just died that no voted on Posei. That remains you, who is town, and Peepers and CPB. Pretty sure
Dude,
Mafia voted
can I
on
hear
that.
where
So
you're at?
between Peepers or CPB. Why won't you let
Did
me
you ask where I'm at?
Yeah, can I hear where you're at?
I'm not sure how I feel about Stryker. I think Stryker said 2 things to me that I'm having a hard time reading. He's been a lot more aggressive towards me this game. He told me to listen to my 2 appendages on the side of my head, and he told me to shut up, Chuckles. So I'm not sure if that's. I'm not sure if that's Stryker.
I can't believe that you found that aggressive. You don't want to
Stryker,
see
you're
me
gonna have
when
to
I'm
like step
aggressive.
it up like really hard today for me not to kill you.
I think Peepers asking.
I think you're killing
Papers
a lot of
asking me
town
to
at
draw
the
a
moment,
duck.
Mr. Siggy Wiggy, so I don't know that you should be
Papers asking me to draw a duck was pretty towny.
You thought
That's like
Tony
the
was
weird
Mafia
shit that
too, right,
Papers does.
Striker?
I don't
I
think
think-
you actually drawing the duck though was very towny.
That's fine. Like you
that's
can
why
read
I
that
had-
as you will. I think 5, bringing up the fact that there were 2 people outside the vote and then trying to lynch someone in the vote. I think that Mafia 5 is totally capable of killing 2 people inside the vote and then trying to push the town in that direction. I don't know. Like I think
also
he's
forgot the
capable of it.
logical fact of one of
Can I
them
just
being
say
a medic save.
CPB might have killed Rob.
Posei,
Yes, I killed the guy because he was pushing on me.
Yeah.
The only one.
You're
I'll talk later, Grinsky, because I can't really
Mafia.
scream too much.
I
I know I was
no,
being
I
loud.
understand. Your mic's weird and different
Push
too. I didn't
logic
even
that I'm
recognize
Mafia.
like your
I
voice.
might have been
until-
wrong.
CJ's the other guy.
I might have been
CJ's
wrong.
At
the
the
other
beginning
guy.
of the day, were you talking about the vote on killing folks or the vote on Posei? Because you said Posei.
When I thought he was the medic save, because he's
Why are you looking at the vote on Posei and saying that?
Because 2 no voters died.
One of them is the medic save.
Doesn't matter. There's still a no voter. Why would that matter?
We know they're aligned.
So wait, you're not even trying to push.
five
Wait,
is-
you're not
the
even
fact
trying
is-
to push on the dude that like didn't fucking reduce KP. You're going on the random fucking person's alignment.
No, he's saying that 2 confirmed town did not vote on Posei. That's information.
3. If you
And then
include
he's saying if you
polling
believe
It,
that
it
the medic
is
save
striker, but that also indicates that makes me more scummy, despite one of them being the medic save. Oh,
Ryan,
my
do you,
God.
Ryan, do you town read Striker to 5?
So Posei is calling you town.
Striker. But 5 is like, I don't know. I don't have a read on 5.
5 is saying that since they're
Why
like
do you
so-
town read Striker, Ryan?
Because there are 3 people that no voted
like
on
the
you,
way he-
Posei.
like
I am
pushing-
looking at the people that voted on you, and I am pushing on them because I think you are more likely town.
Thank you, guys. Sometimes you have to tie the lead around their neck and drag them right along to the answer.
See, this
CBB,
is like
who do you think is
aggressive as
Mafia?
fuck from Striker.
All right, everyone who wants to kill CBB. Let's CBB talk so I can evaluate him. CBB, who do you think is Mafia?
I think out of the no votes yesterday, I think Striker is the most Mafia.
Who do you think in
Why do
general?
you think I'm Mafia?
Who do you think in general? Not based on votes, but who do you think in general?
Logic. Logically, I
Awaiting.
think Striker is Mafia.
Why?
The way you played. You
Give me anything specific? at all?
Normally, when you're town, you give this town list, and you didn't do it yesterday. And
I did.
that is
Did you
something
listen? You've got the Duke's disease. You didn't listen.
The Duke's disease.
I even said it to Duke while I was giving my list.
And Striker
No,
didn't do
and-
his typical Mafia thing, which is him coach people in their formals. He does it, and he can't fucking resist his Mafia.
That's bullshit.
Baby,
I
Why
can
would he
definitely
coach
do that.
anyone in
you,
his formal if we didn't have a
sir,
mo?
Yeah,
Okay,
Bayrex,
what
you gotta
are
pick up your
people's
mic.
opinions on these 3 people? Like, if any of them are Mafia. Posei, Bayrex, and Striker. Opinions on those 3.
Striker, why do you think 5 is town,
I think
Striker?
every single one of them 5 is probably town.
I
Every single
just
one
think
of them. Okay.
you
That-
want me to give you a
think
single
Posei's Mafia
individual
too,
reason? I
sorry.
can't.
Do you think Duke is
Some of
Mafia?
his play,
Ryan?
take the sum of his
Got
play.
Striker.
I'd probably lynch him.
That's like your worst read. Like,
Do you think I'm
it makes me
Mafia?
want to kill you so
I'll
bad.
give my full.
Yesterday, Posei by far
Stop.
gave the best formal.
Yeah, I think Posei is probably town. I have Posei and Bayrex both as middling town at the moment. My list is something along the lines of
I don't
this.
think you kill Wiggles.
Siggy, 5, Posei, Bayrex, and then it gets murky, but I've got like Ryan and CJ hanging on by a thread, and I don't even feel good about it. I had Duke in there, and he slipped off, but he could still be town. If we have 5 kills, I think I have something close to auto. I would kill CPB, Peepers, Gorinsky, and then look between Duke, CJ, and Ryan for your other 2 kills at the moment.
I actually think like Ryan's Mafia.
So I think I was wrong. I guess I'm like pretty sure I'm wrong that Striker was the medic save. I just guessed honestly.
Well, you didn't die in the night, right?
Thanks for claiming not the medic, by
I
the
know
way.
he
That
did
was
it.
nice.
Okay, Ryan, I just want to talk. Ryan, you soft claim medic to me, okay? And then CJ like soft claims medic, and then you push on him, really like pretty hard in front of me. And then at the end of the day, you tell me I'm not the medic. By the way, Siggy, you don't have to shoot. Don't worry.
I didn't say
So
no
it's like
medic.
your
It's
CJ
just
push
like-
seems even
Seggy,
worse from a town
okay,
perspective.
All right, I
It's just
understand
like-
that, but Seggy, I claimed not the save on you. And you
Shut
saved it, like, wasn't
up.
on you.
So it's just
I don't
When you
believe
claim
you.
Reggie-
who
okay,
saves
I think it's
Colin
just Super
besides-
Mafia.
No, that's the thing.
And then you should have gotten way more votes. I think your formal was not
How do you know
actually
it
that
was?
good.
How do you know it was? Hold on,
Your mic
CJ.
is very
CJ,
loud.
how do you know it was Colin and not
Striker, your
I've
mic
never
is
seen-
also
I've never
very
seen
loud.
Mob get Night Zero saved.
There are
That's
some
why.
people with very loud mics in this game. Bayrex, what was your question?
What's the vote on Posey?
On Posey? All right.
I have it if you want.
CPB, Ryan, Duke, and 5.
And Siggy.
Just hold up their hand. It's so much
and Siggy.
easier.
Well, some people are dead, maybe.
You were the beginning of Siggy's town
Right,
rampage.
but like,
Also,
if
5,
they're
you-
dead,
5, I want to talk to 5. 5, you
What's
voted
the
on
matter?
literally
Good
everyone
point.
yesterday. You didn't think any of those formals were. You
I
still
thought-
think all
okay,
3 of those?
so
Everyone
here's
was
the deal with
Mafia.
principle when it comes to those types of votes. I do not think CJ gave a 1-vote formal, so I voted.
It was a 2-vote.
Yeah, because I voted.
Yeah.
It was actually 3, but anyway.
But you don't actually think he's Mafia?
Bayrex half.
I'm looking at interactions between people. I didn't think he was town. I didn't think he was. I wanted to help people more than him, but I voted because I didn't think he deserved only 1 vote or 2 vote. I didn't know who the other vote was. For Ryan, it's like I'm putting a lot of weight on Wiggles dying.
You wait. Does that mean I'm Mafia or town? Because for me, that makes me town.
I don't know what you are. I don't know what you are, Ryan.
That's
Don't
fine.
vote. So I thought you gave a really good formal.
I did.
You can give good
MVP
formals.
or V.
So I don't. It doesn't matter to me. You wouldn't have died. Didn't matter. For Posey, I thought he gave a very lackluster formal compared to what he usually gives. When I imagine Posey, he usually gets like 1 to 2 votes as town, but he got 6 votes. I'm pretty sure. Like that's a bit bizarre. However,
Wouldn't
looking
that
at
just make me even more down?
Nah.
I thought you wanted to kill people who voted on Posey.
Go both ways. This is why I'm asking because like you could easily be with Striker, you could be with Bayrex, you could be
I
with.
thought you wanted to kill people who voted on Posey.
I do because I think he's more likely town. But I'm saying in the world that he is Mafia, he could easily be with these people.
I think 5 is probably town.
5. Do you have a read on
I
Ryan?
actually do have auto at 5.
Do I have a read on Riot? I want to.
Call me town.
Ryan's alignment
His formal
hinges
is
on a
good,
few
right?
people. Like
On who?
Ryan gains some credit for not voting on Posey because, from my perspective, I'm pretty sure. So it's obvious that 3 town no voted on him. I'm pretty sure.
I think
No,
Posey's
3 town,
probably town.
obviously 3 confirmed town didn't vote on Posey, and then I'm pretty sure CJ is never with Posey, so that makes it 4.
Why is CJ not with Posey?
CJ during
he
Posey's
voted?
formal was like told everyone to shut up. I'm trying to listen. I don't think CJ does that to a partner.
Yeah. And then
He did.
That's not a bad read.
So this leaves Bayrex, Ryan, and Striker. All 3 of those could be with Posey, but I prefer not to just go into that.
You can also like posture that a partner may have voted on him, but that's
Yeah, I know. That would be why I wanted to go CPB. That's why I wanted to go CPB.
Garansky has his hand up for like 4 minutes or some shit. Can we hear from him?
Yeah, thanks.
why isn't he just talking?
Because people are talking. Yesterday, I think the most interesting interaction that we had was probably the votes and the pushes between like Ryan 5, CJ. I think the vote on Posey was extremely telling. I know I'm town. 3 other confirmed town did not vote on Posey. I read Posey extremely town because of the formal he gave yesterday.
What parts of this formal did you think were towny?
I think initially, like the way it's like Posey.
He's trying to make up a read. I think Garansky's Mafia.
That's fine. No, Posey gave me an OGI read, and that I'm sticking with it. I'm like ride or die with that guy. I don't care.
Do you know what OGI read you gave Posey?
No, he doesn't.
I have no idea.
All right. Anyway, Siggy Wiggy is obviously Locktown. Posey is my next stop town. Bayrex and Striker are kind of under that based on, again, the vote on Posey. I think yesterday was kind of strange with what happened with like the interactions between Ryan and CJ especially. I think.
So what's the OGI read?
The OGI read
Because you're basing the entire fucking game on it.
Yeah, and I don't remember exactly what it was. So give me like. No, I'm being honest. I won't remember it. And give me like 2 seconds.
It doesn't matter. You don't give outside game information.
Give me 2 seconds to think of an OGI.
This is
This is bad.
Sound actually want to win this game? Anyone else? No.
Sure.
What are you doing, CPB?
Hold on.
You're interrupting someone who's like floundering on something. So what?
Trying to say something important.
All right, I'm gonna take my headset off and I'll be right back with it.
Bayrex.
He's just thinking of the astral projection
I
here.
think it's interesting based on I think Five's town, but I think his conclusion about Posei not being with CJ is not correct because I think CJ's formal was his start of the day was my typical CJ read, and then his formal was kind of like the Mafia formal I thought, but I never thought he was dying there, so it was not even worth
Barracks, I think you're misunderstanding. CJ can still be Mafia, but I don't think he's with Posei.
I think he's always with Posei. I think if Posei
Yeah.
Is he calling me Mafia?
I think
He voted on Posei though, didn't he?
No.
Did he just call me Mafia?
Yes, I think
Eric's called you Mafia, yes.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
if Posei is Mafia, you're always Mafia.
CJ, what do you think about the fact that Five thinks you're Mafia?
Wait, Barracks, you think Posei is Mafia now?
Five thinks I'm Mafia?
I remember. Posei, you said when the formal came on me, you were going to take your headset off.
I did
I
not call
fucking
you
knew it.
Mafia. I said you could.
That's not OGI.
No,
He
no,
said
no.
you played
but
not Townie.
It's what you said before that. You gave the town read on me, and then right after that, you said, and if the formal goes on him, I'm just taking my headset off, and I'm already decided on it.
I think that's something Mafia Posei could do regardless, or
I agree.
Posei could
That's
do.
half the reason I voted on Posei, but I think he's probably
Okay, whatever. Striker, I expect you to. It took me that long to remember, but I knew there was something.
Alright, your name's not CJ. Stop talking. CJ, go
Is
ahead.
that the Dickies Cup, Grinsky?
Five said Posei was Mafia, but he said I could never be with him, so I wrote Posei. I gave
No, everyone's not listening to what I'm saying.
I know. I
What
agree,
are you
Five.
saying?
CJ, he thinks you could still be Mafia. You're just not with Posei.
Okay.
He is saying that you could be Mafia, but you're never with Posei. Posei could be Mafia,
What do
but
you
he's
think
never
about Five?
Mafia.
Okay.
All right, okay.
That
was my bad.
What a fucking hard game.
How about those
Stop.
ear holes, Striker?
Second is.
Barrack seconded it.
This is a good time for this formal because we still have the chance to get an end of day before.
Good thing you have a gun, Siggy.
In terms of accusation, I think that you fabricated a reason to read me Mafia. I don't think it was based on anything that had actually happened. You just started making stuff up because you felt like you had to justify it. I was the only read you actually gave. I also think that Rob tried to formal you in Guaranteed yesterday and he died in the night. That's kind of suspicious. I don't think people remember that. I think if you project down really well here, then we can use somebody else.
All right. This is on me, right? Okay, great. Town's not getting along this game. Town's all over the place. My reads are bad. Sorry, Striker. Ravalloy, you're not the MVP this game. Your reads were wrong. Probably. Maybe not on Ryan, though. I think Gorinsky has given poor Gorinsky logic this game. I think the vote on Posei is very telling.
What was the poor logic I gave, CPB?
You're giving OGI information.
How is that's not logic? That's not logic, though. You're saying I'm giving poor logic.
I mean, he's literally referencing something that happened in
CPB, do you know the votes on Posei?
Yes, Ryan, Five, myself, Peepers, and Duke. If there are Mafia and me. Yes,
Okay, CPB, is there literally anything else that I've done this game, or is it just for the Posei read?
It's for the Posei read.
You haven't done much, Grinsky.
Yeah.
It's true. Keep going. So what about that vote is telling, CPB?
It's telling who's with Posei and who isn't. The whole interaction.
Is Posei Mafia?
I think he is, but no one else seems to.
I bust him, so it's not telling.
And his teammates are probably Gorinsky and
I'm
Barrett.
sorry if that makes you
Does that makes sense?
What about
that is the first thing you have said, CPB, that actually does make sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
CPB, what about
I
people?
want to shoot you,
Don't fucking shoot
I don't
me.
think people is ever Mafia.
You know why
this
you
game,
shouldn't
and if
shoot
he
me.
is, well,
I do.
Not MVP.
Why is Peepers never Mafia this game?
You can actually shoot
No,
him.
I don't.
There's no downside to shooting tonight, by the way.
Like I'm picking a town and
Shoot
riding
him
or
out.
dying with them.
Yeah, okay, so why do you
But
think
for what
now?
reasons?
Or did you just like lottery it?
It's a read. Okay. It's a body.
Yeah.
It's a
Could
poor
you share
read.
it with us so that we might also be able to evaluate him as town?
I can. I can just give you my read on him, and he'll change the read if I say the read.
Yeah, but you're
So
not actually giving us
body.
your read.
It's a body read.
So how do we know that you're not? So
Do you ever read on me,
down
CPB?
Or his body read.
Yeah.
Yes,
You ever read on me,
I don't
CPB?
care about you.
I
I
wish
stopped
that was
reading
you.
you, Duke. I don't care about your alignment. I hope you die
Okay.
tonight.
CPB, what do you
That's all
think
I can
about
say.
Striker trying to interact with you and have you, come out during this formal and give information and like
he's coaching.
people.
He's trying to coach me through things, which is his Mafia play.
Giving my partner immunity.
Okay.
That's one interpretation, CPV. It's
So,
definitely one
I
interpretation.
gave you
if you're
where
not
my
a
thoughts
PR,
are.
I'm
If
killing you
any
tomorrow.
other town want to give their thoughts and ask questions, feel free.
What was that comment? Like, think about it.
I don't know.
CBB, do you still think Striker's
Dude,
Mafia?
you are about to get a frowny face on my paper, dude.
Go for it, CJ. I don't care, dude.
I don't know Striker's alignment. It's an iffy one, but
So anyone but those 5 people you mentioned, you really don't care about. And
I don't
just
care
hope they
about
die.
Duke. Don't care about CJ.
Don't care about 5. Don't care about Ryan.
CPB, you have
CPB,
done
what do you
absolutely
think about
nothing.
Ryan?
What do you think about? No, hold up.
You're basically caring about none of the people who
CPB,
voted on me.
hold on. I just want to. I really
think you're
only
Mafia.
care about this question. CPB, what do you think about Peepers and Duke?
They voted
doesn't
on
read
someone
me.
who I thought was Mafia. That's
Do you
all
have
I'm
any other
supposed to
thing
say.
on them? Like, do you have any other?
Striker, are you
opinions on how
PR?
they voted?
Why am I Mafia, CPB?
I'm sticking to a read, and I'm probably wrong on it, but that's my read.
That's where you reevaluate if you think you're wrong.
And I know, sounds bad, but
Town's
You,
bad.
you shouldn't shoot me, CPB, if you're actually thinking about it.
Ryan.
All right,
Can you
phone's
shoot me,
over.
Siggy? Can you shoot
Be
me?
quiet. Push Urson.
Push, quick.
Push. 10 seconds.
I am down here. Reads, game, people, solve, please. Thank you.
If you'd like to vote on CPV, please raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, vote. I think it's in time. Well, hold on, just don't talk. I'll just watch the stream.
How about that local sports team?
Gen Con was amazing.
It's gonna be about 20 seconds. So.
I am so ready to be back home.
Did you meet up with some people?
Just for this
What's
game?
that? Yeah, I
you
met
meet
up
up with
with
some
Pat and Niltek.
5, can you join my clan?
Played some
Just for-
werewolf
clan?
with Pat.
Hi.
Did you catch
hi.
Niltak? Because Pat
Yeah.
said that he didn't get hold of Niltak.
I did. I caught Pat or Niltak on Friday.
Is that where you played the Game of Thrones card game? Grunty?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that was in time. Everyone can go
I did
sleep.
terrible.
Ah.
Thanks for playing. If you're dead, you can stay awake or wake up. If you're alive, go to sleep.
It feels good to be awake. We've got a beautiful the beautiful sunrise has ended. Wow, it really was quite a nice sunrise. It was one of those sunrises where the clouds created like this halo above the horizon almost. You can kind of still see the cloud formation out the window. That window, which you guys can't see. You only get to see that window. Reflected in my window today is FIFA 17 Ultimate Team cards, because I am eagerly anticipating. This is the month-long wait for the next one. Night chat's very busy. What are you guys up to?
Playing some
Nothing.
Star Trek.
Waiting to see how bad this hurricane
is. What's in sugar packets?
Hurricane. Something sugar packets is all I had there. I'm not sure I want to know what the first word was.
They're probably from
Compensating.
McDonald's.
Yes, probably.
How many of those can you take before they consider it a massive theft?
It depends whether you've made a purchase or not, first of all. Or at least in the
Well,
UK.
I believe CPB is an employee, so I believe he could be considered theft after merely taking one.
He doesn't take sugar packets. What CPB takes is there's this like white creamy liquid that they use in McDonald's for metal and stainless steel, and you can also use it on plastic tops, and it is the greatest cleaning product in the world ever. And I would go and work for McDonald's again solely to get that product in my house.
What product are you talking about?
Oh, do you not have it in the US? That sucks for you guys.
I thought he was talking about the coffee creamer.
No, it's it's a cleaning product. Is
Yeah.
anyone excited for the
that-
Destiny 2 beta this
Like I said,
weekend?
the coffee cleaner.
Well, next week. Well, it's the middle of the week. It's after the weekend.
Monday, yeah.
I'm not in the early access day because I haven't bought it yet, but I'll buy it if there's nothing wrong with it in the beta. We gonna do some co-op missions, Pope?
I don't know that I'll play any PvE because I don't
even
want.
when it comes out.
Oh, when it comes out, definitely. That's
Okay,
like the
good.
focus.
That's all I'm getting at.
I don't want the PvE to be tainted before I get the
that's
game.
a good point. But I really want to play. I just want to get like hands-on with it so that I know that I'm not going to be pissed off and be like, this is frustrating.
Did you not
I
play the
can't."
first one?
I played 2 hours, give or take, so the opening intro of the first one on my stepbrother's console, and I was pleasantly surprised because I thought, this is just going to be
fun.
average. But I was like, wow, I'm really engaged. This is really fun.
Was this before or after Taken King?
Probably.
Probably before.
No, it was last year. It was last September.
Okay.
Or last
It was
October,
after.
actually.
So,
Yeah. Last year was recent. The game's been out for what, like 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, but I don't normally see
maybe
my
longer than
steps, so
that. Like
I'd come back from holiday and I was staying at my dad's
3
place.
years. Destiny's been out for like 3 years.
No, longer than that. It's been out for about 5, I think. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Pew
It's been a long time.
Oh, you were right. I was wrong. You were like 100% right. It is almost 3 years exactly. Shame on me.
Get wrecked, killing folks.
Yeah, get wrecked,
3
killing
years
folks.
is a long
what
time.
Colin said.
What?
3 years is not a long time.
It is in
3 years
video
is a
game
long
shelf
time for a
life.
video game.
Okay, let's wake it up. No AFK. Thank you for the quick.
You know what's
live
not a long
action.
time? This night phase. Now the day people wake. That's what you should have done, Pope.
A transitioner for pussies.
They're fun.
Exploit broadcaster. Stop formal stop day. 15 minutes. Okay. In the night, CJ, you die. Siggy, you die. Day begins.
It's so hard.
You reckon he shot?
It's either he shot or they split.
CPB was a hit.
Ryan, I'm gonna kill you.
There's no way.
Bad. I want to kill you so bad, dude.
There is no way Siggy shot CJ after
who were
calling
the
Ryan
no-voters?
out on his like interaction with CJ. He would have always shot
What's
Striker.
his,
or
Who were the
fucking-
no
No,
voters?
Mafia never split though. yesterday.
Me, you,
Actually, no, they do.
Keepers,
They
Duke.
always split.
Yeah, this is the thing. So,
There's
so
no point in
five
killing
brings,
CJ though.
Five brings up an interesting point. Mafia splitting there gives information, particularly if, let's say, Siggy gets medic saved.
Or
Alright,
Mafia
yeah,
could
yeah,
think
no, no,
Siggy's
no.
gonna shoot, right?
Alright,
And then
listen,
like
listen,
the game's
listen,
just
listen,
over.
everyone, I'm actually the medic. Siggy was double stacked, so like, yeah. Unless CJ was shot, Siggy was double stacked. Striker was the night 0 save, and he's still not dead. So either it was a double stack, like so. Okay, no, Striker. Remember my weird thing I said?
Hold on.
But my read on Striker yesterday was very awkward because he like I don't have a reason to read.
Hold
him.
on, so Siggy was double stacked last night?
Siggy was double stacked last night by the Mafia, and he shot CJ.
Who voted?
I would.
The vote was Bayrex, Siggy, Ryan, myself, 5, CJ on Siggy.
There's 3.
That's
Okay,
so
hold on.
strange that like
I'm okay.
that
This is why
I
I
have
read
trouble.
CJ
I have
Mafia.
trouble believing this just solely based on the fact that
could
like
be-
CJ said like day one said I think Striker is the medic save,
So hold on. There's so
and
much.
then doesn't die in the night.
And can I bring up another thing? Okay, the reason I'm pushing on Peoples, the start of the game, people said Striker
Striker's
is
Mafia.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say that, and then walked away. Obviously, baiting the medic. From my
Why would I walk? Why would I walk
Why would
away
he
if I'm
bait the
baiting
medic
the
and then
medic?
walk away? Like he doesn't hear the
Okay,
medic come
he's
out to
trying
the
to get-
face.
He expects his team to pick it up.
Yeah.
Can I get those
I
hits
expect
again?
nothing of my team.
Is it that bad, people?
I've been
I've
on a
played
team with
this game
Keepers. He
before.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't expect anything.
Did I just like not take
Ryan,
a
saves
photo?
in
Okay.
real quick.
Well, Striker, Bayrex, Siggy.
Okay.
To be fair
Okay,
though, yeah, no, CJ might have just.
So one of Striker, 5, CPB, and Colin voted on killing folks day 1.
Why didn't you vote on CPB, Posey?
Because I believed his. I have my read and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to the death with it.
Hey Ryan, why'd you vote on CJ day one?
Oh, because CJ
Did you
said
watch last
Striker's
game,
the
Jose?
medic save.
I watched part of it.
He
I think
said,
CJ might have been a hit.
yeah,
I think CJ said.
I think the Striker was the night 0 medic save, and I'm like, okay, let's lynch CJ. And that's why I did it.
Oh.
Oh,
But-
man,
no, but
if
you
you're
did say that till he was informal, right?
always
What
a
if
hit. That
CJ
or
was
five,
the medic?
How are you?
But you didn't say that until he was
How am I
informal.
what?
My town.
Because you
Oh,
late
my
voted on Ryan day one, didn't you?
We can
Yes,
barely hear you,
I
babe.
voted on Ryan very
Yeah,
late.
you gotta
on
turn your mic up,
in
dude.
the pass.
Can you hear me now?
Sorry, I kind of
Barely.
Ryan was playing weird. He gave a good formal. I voted on him, but I didn't want it to pass, so that's why I made sure there was only like very little votes, and it happened.
You know,
to
if
be.
Ryan's
Why
fake,
even put your hand up in that
If
situation?
Ryan's fake, he wins
I
everything.
don't.
That's all
I
I'm
do
saying.
it. I don't. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
If Brian's fake, he's always with Striker because that like
I don't-
eliminates
it
us
doesn't
from lynching
matter.
2
It
people.
just
So
doesn't
then we have to
matter.
hit his third partner, right? Like that's the only world that Ryan is fake that makes sense is that he claims. his name as
That's such a weird fucking.
And then like he like because from a Mafia perspective, that's amazing, right? Like if he knows his one partner is being countered.
Okay, Ryan.
Why does Rob die?
Ryan, I don't want to bring up wife home stuff, so I'm just not going to. But I want. Do you read me town right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
More down than most people.
Okay.
5 could be the third partner.
I kind of want to kill Bayrex.
Maybe.
So it's me, you, Siggy in the vote, and that leaves Bayrex, CJ, Striker. I think CJ's a hit.
Yeah, that's
the other thing you could do is
we never know if
Peepers.
CJ's a hit. I don't think.
So Peepers voted on.
Is this the time where you usually
What's up?
suggest
so
sleeping
Peepers
to figure
voted
it
on
out?
Ozai, but didn't vote
I
on
can't hear you.
It's
You are very
that,
quiet.
That vote makes no sense in my opinion. If I'm just being honest.
I
That
think
vote
you
makes-
asked if I thought Ryan was the medic, but you're still really soft, Bayrex.
I don't think I believe Ryan.
Did you ask if I think Ryan's the medic?
I think
I am greatly
If
in
Ryan
turmoil
was-
over
I
that
think
right
if
now.
I think if Striker was the medic safe, he'd always die. I think the fact that like Siggy was shooting between you or Striker and he dies is super weird.
Yeah, but I don't think
No,
Ryan
okay,
would
dude,
make
I don't think you double stacking this setup though.
Okay, dude.
But
why
like
don't you
it's a play that Ryan would make, right?
Ryan would
who's the
make.
medic
Yeah,
then?
no.
Dude,
Like,
tell
like
me
no,
who the
no,
medic
look, I've
Tell
already
me the
explained
medic
why.
Tell me
It doesn't matter. It's day 3 and we
Or
had 2
CJ.
kills both days, and like you could just be making a YOLO claim because even if you fucking like
Ryan,
someone
why did you
counterclaims,
claim?
we
Ryan,
never
why did you
lynch.
claim?
We never lynch between the 2 saves.
Why did you vote on Ryan? Why did you vote on CJ day one?
I told you,
just
I've answered
wrong?
this already. CJ said Striker in his read. in his
The medic
bubble,
save. The medic save, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
I think he's Mafia because of that.
Ryan, why did you claim today?
Is
Because
the
there was a double stack.
Is that the only reason?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
And also, like, I think
But the only world that makes sense where Mafia
I don't think Ryan. Okay,
is
I
it when
don't
they
think
think
Ryan-
that like
I don't-
Siggy is going to shoot a Mafia.
It
Like that's the
could
only
be
world that it makes
extremely
sense.
game throwing right now, but I don't think Ryan claims a double stack on Striker Night 0 for his fate claim. If he
No,
was
but he could possibly just claim that he's the medic save, so you don't lynch him the day if they're together.
I don't think Ryan is that. I don't think Ryan as a player would ever think about doing that. So I think he's
Why-
always real.
Are you kidding me, Five?
Okay.
Yes.
Think about
Or
what
no, I guess. No is the correct answer.
He wouldn't claim a potential medic save on his Mafia partner, so his Mafia partner
Becky
doesn't get
died
one.
last night, okay, and I'm claiming the save on him. I softed to him multiple times. He even brought it up yesterday that I softed to Siggy. I told Siggy
Yes,
that
you said don't shoot you.
Yeah,
it would
no,
be
no,
terrible.
okay, no.
So the only way,
listen,
listen.
before he even claimed.
The only way this makes sense if they double stack on Siggy is if they are afraid that Siggy is going to shoot one of their partners. And he was talking about shooting Ryan or Striker, who ironically are the medic and the save, and he shoots CJ. You had no way of knowing he was going to shoot CJ because the entire day he was talking about how Ryan claimed medic, and then CJ like counterclaimed, and then Ryan at the end of the day.
Okay.
Like
there's. I'm gonna say there's a fact.
I think Ryan's Mafia already split.
So either CJ. Okay, here's the three options. Here's the top.
Oh, wait. Okay. That's an exciting opportunity, actually. Ryan could be claiming the save on Striker, and then they could have just not killed Striker, and Striker got saved again, and Ryan is trying to out the medic.
What?
Like,
No, the medic.
No, because he knows the medic. Like in that world, he
There's
knows the medic is not
effectively-
alive because he killed
There
Siggy.
are only two options right now. There's either CJ is a hit, or there is one between Duke and.
So why don't we want to kill Posei if fucking what's his
That's
name
what I
is
was
double
getting to.
stacked?
There is effectively.
Because you seem more Mafia, but we could kill both of you.
That's not true at all.
See, it's so hard. It's
Why would I double stack? Why would I not split? I have no votes on both the miss
What if you
lynches.
did split?
I've never voted on
then I
fucking
would buy it.
CPB.
What if Ryan's Mafia?
yeah.
He couldn't have split, right? Look, listen, he couldn't have split
but
up his
the
teammates
fact
with
that-
Ryan because Ryan's claiming it's double
That's what
stack.
Striker said.
The fact that Peepers pushes that me the double stack should indicate that I'm Mafia is just so
Yeah,
wrong
because like CPB would be town, right?
Yeah, and I
CPB
know
voted
most
you.
on that.
I voted on you.
Yeah,
Ryan
but
voted on you.
I
Ryan
didn't
voted
vote
on
on
you.
any of them.
Okay,
Did anyone but town vote on you?
You always double stack the situation, right? Because there's a medic save.
Did anyone but town vote on you?
So, oh my god.
Look at your vote.
Five you are still
Striker.
likely Duke.
I'm on board with Ryan now.
Oh my god, Duke, you're like
Thank you.
a crazy.
I'm on board with Ryan now. I didn't realize we had 10 alive. I thought that like you always win if you.
We don't
win
have
if
10
you-
alive.
We have
Can
8
I not
alive.
fucking count?
8.
1, 2, 3.
Striker, why
We
did
have
you
8 alive right now.
Milo
why
and
did you
Mafia
vote on
was a team of
CPB? Striker, why did you vote on CPB?
I can be
Striker,
Mafia
why did
right
you
now.
vote on CPB?
Because, but what do you mean? Why did I vote on CB? Did you listen to his formal? That's why I voted.
I listened to the entire formal. I thought the formal was extremely towny. I thought the way you interacted with it,
Extremely towny. Extremely towny.
extremely towny. I thought.
Why
even
did we
the
let
interaction-
Gorinsky off for that shit yesterday, by the way?
Oh my god, I'm gonna keep talking here. Thank you, Striker. I think your interaction with him, I don't think that was scummy necessarily. I think the fact that like CPB basically went like a full 180 twice during his formal. Like initially before the formal, he had the read on you that you were Mafia. During the formal, he gave like an iffy read on you. He was trying to evaluate your.
No, he maintained his Mafia read.
Hold on, he also mentioned
Can you all
during the
hear me now?
formal that he thought like Striker interacting with him was something indicative of the Mafia play. That was something that like I think
Bayrex said.
Bayrex had said earlier on. No. My thing is I'm just like you're saying, oh, it was obvious. So it was it's not obvious to me. I don't know why the hell you voted on him. I thought
your interpretation of that is that he was reevaluating in real time.
formal five.
My interpretation
A formal
is
Striker.
he was scattered and was not able to maintain.
There's a formal on 5. Be quiet. Accusation.
I think that the entire game you've been playing has been off. I think you asking like Ryan, I could live home. Do you believe I'm town? Is super weird. I think you trying to say like there's only 2 options that either CJ is a hit or like Duke is Mafia or something is super weird. I think like you're trying too hard to push the world that CJ is a hit, so that way you can like live in a world of 2 instead of like I think Town 5 would have evaluated like the world of 3, and he would be a lot more paranoid and a lot more concerned now than just being okay. CJ's probably a hit.
No, okay, Duke, Mr. Duke, pretend I am confirmed town to you right now, and that Ryan is town. Look around in the Zoom and try and form a world of 3.
5. Do you believe Ryan's town?
Bayrex Peepers and Posei?
Posei.
The way Peepers just went after me.
And throw Gorinsky in there. I mean, any 3 in those.
I think Gorinsky is down.
It could be possible.
Here's the thing, 5. That's a loaded question because you can't say think I'm confirmed town after I already basically said
Duke, you've said a lot of stupid stuff this game, so I'm just gonna ask you to stop talking. Like, I think CJ is a hit because he hammered a town in CPB. Plain and simple. That's why he was shot, I'm guessing. So I'm going to hopefully live in a better situation than not. I'm also
because Vigi knew that it was a hit, right?
This is what I'm saying.
5. You understand?
Okay.
Any world of 3 today, Ryan is in it.
This is why
Any
I
world
think
of 3.
the world.
God damn it! Never
The
mind.
vote
Can you
on
resend?
CPB
I have info.
There is a world of 3.
The vote on CPB makes
I resend.
zero sense. The vote on. I'm going to.
Okay, I know. I need to give this information. Okay, so night 0 I checked CJ. Night 1 I checked Posei, the same alignment, and then I checked 5 different. So CJ could be a hit.
Oh, so there's a difference between Posei and 5.
Posei and 5?
Posei's
And Posei is the same as
Hold on,
CJ.
Bayrex. What were the Bayrex? What were the order of your check?
CJ
That makes sense.
0, Posei night 1, and then 5 last night.
Why'd you check CJ night 0?
That
I
actually
checked
makes
CJ night 0 because I have a good read on him. If I get him lynched and he's Mafia,
Okay, that's what I need to hear. That's what I needed to hear. And then Posei was because of the split vote, right?
that actually makes sense.
I actually can save the comp.
That actually makes sense because
Oh yes.
that actually makes sense because
Let's
Bayrex
sleep.
yesterday
Well, then
was
surely we hedge. Surely we hedge to get another
no
check.
because I know
Why didn't you try to get anyone lynched yesterday?
I know Bayrex claiming means one of 2 things. Either there's a world of 3 alive with Bayrex in it, or there's a world of 3 with 5 in it.
Striker's an idiot because he just claimed that he's always Mafia with Bayrex if Bayrex is Mafia. So just evaluate that now. I don't know if Bayrex is real or not.
It makes sense for Bayrex to be
makes
real
sense
because why would
because
no?
he yelled at you yesterday that me and CJ could still be together and that you're
Why?
looking
Yeah,
better.
and why would Bayrex ask for me to
5
rescind
is
off
just
you 5?
Mafia.
5. Why would Bayrex ask for a second you to get more information? It makes so much sense.
There are 2 PRs claiming in Final 8. It doesn't happen often.
Beautiful! They've got to both be real, surely.
It doesn't happen that often.
I've prepared my counterclaim.
Stop. If we want to make sure we get to the next day and you believe Barracks, we could lynch 5, and then with 1 KP, Ryan either ends up being fake or he ends up being real, right? Because if Barracks dies, then we know that Ryan is fake. If we lynch Posey, maybe we get to 2 town and Ryan's in a world or 5's in a world. The safe way to play is to lynch 5 if you believe Barracks is fake. I don't care.
Hey, listen to this. Listen to this logic right now. Ryan claims PR. I have different strike to Posey. Barracks claim cop. You're burying me. That leaves 3 people alive. I'm probably not with Striker. That leaves me with Gorinsky and Peepers. We should call Peepers because Peepers is in both worlds.
What?
I'm not saying that we lynch you 5. I'm just saying like
the world where you're not Mafia, Posey is Mafia, and I have been pushing that we should kill Posey. I have voted on Posey.
Peepers? It's been pushed on by Posey like the entire game. Like Peepers, you are never Mafia here.
After what Faji said, I'm starting to think that like Posey is probably town and CJ's probably.
Why is he never Mafia with?
Because 5 should always be wanting to lynch Posey. He should push. No, stop.
Duke. Oh my god.
Because he knows it never happens. It's always between the 2 of us today.
Okay, am I insane right now, or is Duke just taking everything I'm saying and then just like twisting it in a way that he's not listening and he's getting the wrong?
Mechanically, it's not a terrible thing to lynch you with an outed cop and an outed medic. Right?
I'm just going to mute for the rest of the game because every time I talk, everyone calls me retarded.
I form Posey.
I second Posey.
Form on Posey accusation.
Like, I'm not 100% sure that 5 is town, but like, I think we should literally just go for it. CJ's probably Mafia, you're probably Mafia, and then this gives us the chance to actually like have a miss lynch and find like.
Except for CJ voted on Posey, right?
That's fucking bullshit. I had every single excuse ever to vote on that guy CPB yesterday because he was giving like weird reasons. No, you can't. You're Mafia. Get the fuck away. So Ryan, if you have a town read and you are indeed town on 5, you're wrong. Unless Barracks is fake.
What if Barracks is fake? Look at the vote.
So what? Barracks didn't vote on me. You did.
No, not your vote. CPB's vote.
Yeah, you voted on that as well.
But look at it from town.
Why do you keep telling people?
It makes the exact same sense. Like Barracks claimed to get the formal offer of you instead of just letting it run through.
This is so weird. If Ryan knows,
he's never fake Mafia.
Guys, stop! If Ryan knows,
DJ was shot. You fucking idiot.
No.
Yeah, like Duke is so like far back.
It doesn't even matter because Barracks never claims cop with 3 alive if 5 is town to get the formal offer 5. So like 5 can't believe that Barracks is ever fake.
Wait, yeah. Can I just bring up something? Wait, he has a difference check between you 2. And
what if we're both town? No, Posey, what if we're both town?
Why does he bother to claim instead of just seeing how your formal goes?
Yeah, just letting you get lynched. It makes no sense. Why does he tell me to rescind? Why does he make a cop
I wasn't going to get lynched.
So
are you sure? I'm town. I was voting.
If there's 3 Mafia, yeah, you were.
Like Barracks never claims there if he's like team.
I was always voting, right?
Like if he's fake. So 5 is just Mafia.
Posey, would you reconsider on Peepers?
He's not like a must lynch, but I feels fairly strongly that.
He's not a must lynch for you.
Okay, so Barracks is town and I'm town, and so 5
I don't know about that because of the way you're playing it.
Okay, so 5 is Mafia, so you.
We should just stop talking about Ryan. If we believe Barracks is town, Ryan confirmed himself in the night because he already claimed a check.
No, but I'm asking Posey to create words with 5 Mafia. He's calling 5 Mafia, which is understandable, but like he's calling like People's Town, so that means.
No, I'm not.
Who did you just call?
I'm calling People's Town.
I asked him if he would consider Peepers his town. He did not say that.
I think there's.
It's like it's Barracks Peepers plus 1.
What? No, because
I don't.
Why claim?
You realize if it's me, Peepers plus 1.
If he guarantees that the person that dies is not, if he guarantees the person that dies is not one of his partners, he wins today.
Isn't Ryan Mafia
and
with
you
you?
can sorry, Ryan can also be Mafia.
You have to say my partner is 5. That's the only rule we have.
Otherwise, it doesn't claim.
Situations where 5 is. Well, I know that I can create.
I have to be confirmed down to Barracks, by the way.
Why?
Because I fucking called him a PR yesterday, and he gave me this weird ass face. It's why I believe the claim so much.
Also,
like, why the fuck did you say that, dude?
Because I thought you were a PR.
Didn't you say?
I think so.
Outside that, the only town I actually have is Garinsky.
Can I just say my saves were
Which is
amazing this
weird.
game? I got a save.
How am I not a town in your eyes, Posey? I formal 5, and I wanted to get him lynched, and he's now different objective.
Posey
You think I do that to my
That's
partner?
pretty much the only thing you've done this entire
You
game.
let Rob Alloy die. You are not amazing.
I thought he was scummy as fuck.
Outside that, I don't know. I gave my stance day 1. It seems like pretty much all my town reads with town, which isn't really meaning a lot for me because I'm a downsiding bitch. I didn't vote on killing mainly because like it seems like that guy always gets Lynn's day 1. I didn't really have a good reason for town reading him. CPB, however, I had every reason to vote on with the read he gave on me, the stance he had on me.
I'm town and I'm not voting.
Same.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
All right. We may just lose if CJ's not Mafia then. If we lynch 5...
What?
How? If you believe the
You
contract,
can't
how do you lose?
unless Barracks is fake.
Do you guys honestly think that Posey is town right now?
Oh,
if
yeah.
Alex is the
Yeah.
real cop?
Time in the formal's up. Like,
Time in the formal's up. Push your sin.
Yeah. I push.
10 seconds.
I'm town. I feel it's been pretty obvious. The whole like 5 is now all in on the Barracks is real, and I can't believe you think this is precise town play.
Once again.
If you'd like to vote on Pazai, please raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1. Vote. It's not enough. You are now going into your guaranteed formal.
See, okay, so I'm just gonna talk right now.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, I would be with Peepers, I assume, is everyone's thinking, correct?
I just think you're independently scummy.
I am independently
I think he's like the only person who's actually projected town as.
I am the only person. Everyone, how do people read me?
Ryan,
I feel like everyone comes up with like the most bizarre reasons to scum read me.
Oh, jeez.
Because you are trying to kill no one but town this game, therefore you are probably Mafia. You wanted to kill killing folks, you wanted to kill CPB, you wanted to kill me. You have wanted to kill nothing but town this game.
I've also want. Oh my god. See,
5. Why was my formal Mafia?
I explained this day 1. You were playing different. Normally when you're town, you are so obvious town that you usually get like 1 vote or no votes whenever, because Mafia are also afraid to vote on you. But you got 6 votes. You're just Mafia from that reason alone. Besides that, you were very like, the way you gave your formal day 1 was very paced out. Normally you just do a string of conscience. That's why I voted on you. That's why I thought you were Mafia. I defended. It's like, if I was Mafia, I defended you on day 2 because 2 no voters, and I'm painting a picture that you're Mafia. So if I'm Mafia,
And then you flip-flop on it the entire day.
No, yes,
I want to make
but I still wouldn't even do that. On top of this,
totally horrible.
And on top of this, CJ was just Mafia. He hammered a town. If you look at it, it's like, I'm not.
Yeah, it confirms.
What is it? Like, who's to vote on it? It's Ryan, Siggy, Wiggy, Barrick, Striker. You have 3 pseudo-confirmed towns in there. Striker, who I'm not with. And then it's me and CJ. And CJ.
Why is Ryan not Mafia?
Well, I'm not with CJ, obviously. Do you think one Mafia voted on a mislynch yesterday?
Why is Ryan not Mafia?
I formal Peepers?
I have formal 5.
I second 5.
That's interesting.
Formal on 5. Accusation.
You're a different part of a different check. I'm hoping the cop claims real. I voted on the other guy. Sorry, man. But guess what? If the cop is real, hey, we're fine because that other dude got shot or something, right?
Yeah, it's like if both PRs are real, we have a decent chance of winning still.
We don't actually have any
I mean, the cop cannot die tonight.
Yeah, I know. That's if both PRs are real.
No, even if one PR is
play
real,
to guarantee tomorrow.
Yeah.
that dude cannot die tonight.
Can I ask a little bit about medical? What do people think
aren't
about
even evaluating this game? Ryan could be Mafia, and then
Right, but if Ryan is Mafia, he cannot kill
You didn't
Bayrex.
evaluate that. You didn't evaluate that yourself.
Correct.
You
No,
said
I-
that
how can
only
you say that,
one
Todd?
potential Mafia voted on CPP. I asked you
Todd, what did
repeatedly,
you
what
say
about
about
Ryan? You're
See,
the one who hasn't been evaluating Ryan at
You're
all.
the one who hasn't been evaluating. Yes, I have. It's still different.
You weren't even evaluating Barrett's claim either.
5?
He's disconnected.
Can other people? Okay, can we pause?
No,
That's
it's
actually
not.
false. That's actually false though. 5 was trying to say like both Bayrex could be fake, and that's why
Alright,
he
he's
was trying to reach
Hold
out
on.
to you.
Hold on. 5, can you hear me?
Am I here?
Give me a thumbs up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it's a bit choppy.
We just can't see you.
I can see him. It's like slideshow.
I can see him.
Can you keep
I can see him.
talking?
Yeah, I can keep talking.
Oh, people just took his place. That was freaky.
All right, yeah,
Hello?
your camera's just laggy, but we can hear you fine.
I'll just stand perfectly still.
All right.
Okay. What I was saying is, a PR is fake. There's a decent chance. So this is what I'll say. If Ryan is fake, we're still in a good spot. If Barracks is fake, we're not. But it's like,
Why are we in a good spot if Ryan is fake?
I haven't played enough recently, so my reads are getting rusty on a lot of people. So I'm like, the way Posai is playing is still making me doubt.
Why are we in a good place?
Hold up, just stop talking. I'm gonna talk. So Barracks is probably real based off the fact that it's so
Based
hard.
off the votes, because if Bayrex had 3 people, that person does
No,
not.
it's just the CPB vote doesn't make sense. Like, I guess it's CPB is the anomaly of Mafia. It's like everything that you want to do logically is like not happening. Mafia no vote because he knows that Town's gonna vote on him. Like, it's just so bad.
I mean, everyone should have known people were voting on that. Like, I was playing a game and could tell you were all just burying the fuck out of him.
But look at this. Two Mafia, very likely, two Mafia, unless Striker's Mafia, no voted on CPP, who was a Town in Final 11. Like, that's what
he died.
Logical.
It was pre-end of day, and he died.
Yes.
So, I mean, that
I
vote
realize.
means,
And he
the least out
is
of
Town, confirmed by Ryan if Ryan is real. I think CJ is Mafia because CJ hammered that. I think Barracks is probably real, so Posai is Mafia. I think the last Mafia, it's like, I'm trying to think if Duke says all this stuff that's bad is Town. Or
I
if
think
he's
it's Town,
not
yeah. I
bad
think
as
it's
Mafia.
Town.
You think he's Town?
It's Town based off of the things he's saying that are like.
5. What do you think about me formaling Peepers twice for about 5 or 7 seconds each
I
time?
wanted-
before
okay,
you-
I want it. Why wouldn't you formal Gorinsky?
Because he still has potential to be Town.
He has in what world?
He's trying way harder than Peepers or
If
Barrett.
I am not okay, Striker. From your perspective, if Ryan and Barracks are real, Duke is probably not with me. And hold up, Duke is probably not with me. Correct? Posey is not with me. Correct? I would be in a world of 3 with both Gorinsky and Peepers. So why is he still potentially Town? If Peepers is not with, Peepers is not with Posey. Correct? So wouldn't Gorinsky be in both worlds?
Very possibly. I just think that Peepers is probably more Mafia. I do think that one of the PRs at
Very
least
possibly. It's confirmed for your eyes.
You say
I
the
don't
word
understand the logic you're trying to push.
If Striker is, from Striker's perspective, if he is Town, Duke is probably not with me if I am Mafia, correct?
And again, you assume
I am
that
giving
both
shit to
PRs are
Posey.
real.
There are 2 PRs. It is only me, you, and Peepers left. Okay.
You realize I don't actually think you're Mafia. I don't think Posey
Yes,
is Mafia.
then why'd you no vote on Posey?
Because I think Posey is more Town than you. I just think Barracks is probably more Mafia than both of you.
Jesus Christ.
He didn't vote on Posey.
I know.
So where's the Mafia
I
team
think that's even more Mafia.
This is a game
He's
where I am
seconded that
losing.
formal. He seconded
I am
that
losing
fucking
2 different checks to nonsense.
Because you're shit then.
We lose to a world of 3 if we.
Oh, formal's over. Push rescind.
If you're
push, all right, 10 seconds.
So Posey, you saying I am shit then. You're the one who refused to evaluate if Barracks is fake. So if we end up losing in this situation, you're the one to blame.
If you'd like to vote on 5, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, vote. 5 has died. Please go to sleep. Send me your night actions. Let's make this quick.
Hi guys, it's your boy Colin and CPB and Killing Folks and Glenn Close Code.
Glenn Coco.
Jen Coco.
Glenn
Sorry.
Coco.
Glenn Coco.
Coco.
You gotta say it right.
Jen Coco.
Glenn Coco.
Siggy, it's your turn.
Oh, what's his turn to do?
Chess. They're
Chess.
playing a game of chess. The masterminds of Rook, Bishop, Pawn, Queen, King, you know that. Horse, Knights.
I'm taking my 1-1 chess record with me to the grave. That'll do me just fine. don't know. I had a lot of passion for it when I was younger, but now I'm just all about.
Now you're old and tired of it, right?
Now I just like, the things that I was supposed to like when I was younger, sports and women.
Are the things you like more? Yeah.
I did both chess and sports.
So
I
did
also
I.
did dance.
Isn't chess?
I did geek stuff, and I did what's
I
it
was
called?
in
What do
chess.
you Americans call sports people?
Jocks.
Jocks,
Jocks,
yeah.
yes.
I was like ahead of my time because right now that's what everyone's into, right? All the jocks are doing D&D and.
I did chess. Oh yes, correct, but not woman.
That must be super.
I was only interested in women when I was
yet
younger.
to have a girlfriend.
That's all right. They're horrible, vicious
I
little
agree.
fucking beasts.
Let's see.
You say that because you don't have
What am I
one,
saying?
or you say that because?
Oh yeah, I was in chess. I played the oboe, and
I say that as the oldest one here and the jaded, bitter one who has been hurt by
I also
life.
played long stick mini on my lacrosse team.
Oh
Colin,
yeah,
you might
Rob
wanna
flashes
rephrase
up
that.
then. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're the oldest one here, bitch."
Colin,
Come
you
on,
might
I like
wanna
all three of
rephrase
those
that.
things, dude. So
What?
Rabbi older than you.
All right, let's kick
Yes,
it. Thanks for
I did notice
entertaining.
this.
Let's go back to sleep.
Good night.
Thanks for being here. Yesterday we had 8, and we lynched one that took us down to 7. We're at 7 in the night. Ryan, you die. Day begins.
What's your check?
What's
and
your
then
check?
we'll sleep.
Unmute.
Let me barracks.
I checked Duke, same as 5.
Oh, okay.
So it's Pozai CJ on one side, 5 Duke on the other. I fall
So
asleep.
Pozai's just Mafia.
Yeah, so that means 5 was town. Okay.
I fall asleep.
No.
I second sleep.
I would rather.
There's a 4 month sleep. Sleep cannot defend
Fuck
itself.
that.
If you'd like to vote on sleep, please
Why
raise
are
your
we-
hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1. Vote.
What are we doing?
No. Hell no.
What are we
The
doing?
cop is not confirmed in any way. Let's
Yes,
see
he
if
is.
he's alive in the
No,
night.
he isn't.
Yes, he is.
No, he isn't.
So it's probably
You're
Posei
high.
Striker.
What?
So why is Bayrex
So
fighting
no,
yesterday?
stop. You guys have to
Come on.
think about it this way, right? If me and 5 were Mafia together, there's no way that I fucking formal him and try and get him killed. Or if I
The
do, I just
reason we
fucking...
sleep, Duke, is that there's a
I
chance
don't
that
care. If I believe Barracks, there's no way I'm
Well,
not
so
gonna believe
here,
Barracks.
how about
So
this?
he dies
How
in the
about
night.
this? Even if you wanted to sleep, you could listen to what the cop has to say before you formal sleep, right?
Yeah.
Because he'll be confirmed as cop eventually, wouldn't
So
he?
this is
Not when
all
he
I'm
dies
gonna
in the night and
say,
is confirmed.
So the confirms are obviously you can't say Striker's Mafia unless you think Striker Night Zero double stack because Ryan confirmed to
I
save.
could do that.
Striker.
Double stack. Who died?
Oh fuck, you're right. I can't.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So I think
It's like-
the town are like Duke, Striker, myself.
Oh, Striker, I hate you.
It's
you,
like,
you think I give a formula like as town as Mafia? Sorry.
That's
okay.
town. Probably
so,
not.
So unless Duke, unless 5 told Duke not to kill me in the night,
Did you listen to Five's reads? Like I'm Mafia for my 6 vote formal day 1. Nothing about the rest of the game. He was talking about how CJ was Mafia because CJ hammered a town because that has never happened before that a town hammered a town.
So CJ
like,
was shot.
I'm a fan
CJ
of the
was
big
shot.
balls plays. I'm a fan of the big balls plays. You know what I'm saying? Let's just.
Peepers, this is exactly what you say when you're a Mafia.
No, it's not. It's what I say is both
really-
alignments.
Bayrex,
It's
if
what
you're
I say is
town,
both alignments.
Bayrex,
Try
if
to
you're
put me with
town, think
Posey.
back to my town
Try
game.
to put me with
Do
Five.
I ever get salty as fuck and bitch as Mafia when I'm about to lose? No, I take it with a laugh and move on.
it's not even that. It's like I'm also thinking about the fact that like, wasn't your vote like all the people? Like, wasn't like
My vote is Peepers, CPB, Ryan, both town obviously, Duke 5 and Siggy, which means that since Duke and 5 are the same, potentially 2 Mafia.
So here's what you
If
have to
you
think,
actually-
Barracks. If you're
It's gonna be Mafia.
Barracks, if you're considering like that I'm Mafia here, you have to think that I'm trying to
Potentially
big dick
three,
you
yes.
so hard that I literally call you out and say, Barracks, I'm killing you tomorrow if you're not PR, and then I let you live just to fucking pocket you, which I would never do.
It might be me just being stupid paranoid because I do this later in the game and like it loses games a lot of the time.
It's fine, bro. Look, here's the thing: you can lynch me and then lynch Posei. I don't give a shit. Like that's fine. Like whatever.
No, you can't. He can't because I'm in the world of 2.
Yeah, we have to pick a word. Because...
I'm not gonna lynch Posei. There, does that make it easier?
Jesus fucking Christ!
I would still like to sleep. I'd probably die, and that's fine. Then you guys can evaluate. I have an opinion.
Would you die? Why do you die?
Because I think Bayrex is fake, and I think that we shouldn't have talked today. I think if Bayrex is real, his chance.
I think you bringing that up is like just like why?
I think if Bayrex is real, his chance of dying has gone down with every second we have spent talking today.
I think right after the sleep didn't go through and people started saying the stuff, it instantly made it so like either Striker dies or if Duke never dies. It's always going to be Duke Posei duking it out tomorrow, unless you think I'm fake and then you like lynch me and then you lose the game.
I've almost sleep. There you go.
So for
too
the
late
record, I
now
think Posei is probably town.
I mean, it's not. I formal sleep. What do you mean? You solved the fucking game. You solved
Form on sleep. Sleep cannot defend itself. If you'd like to go to sleep, please raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1. Vote. That's enough. Sleep has passed. Go to sleep. Sleep hasn't passed. It's occurring, but you get it.
Colin, you're muted.
You get it.
Sleep died. How can sleep go to sleep?
From the abyss. Sleep cannot defend itself. Pretty sure.
Yeah, have you ever shadow boxed? It's a little bit like that. That's not how you shadow box, by the way. That's how you like use a walking machine.
That deserves a clap and a half.
I've tripped over my own shadow.
You've tripped over your own shadow?
Yes.
I mean, you haven't, but I will nod and smile.
Clap and a half.
Yes, I have.
But you haven't.
I have.
But you haven't.
Yes, I have.
But a shadow is not a tangible object.
How do you know that?
It tripped me.
Oh my!
I can write shadow down.
Well, where's your degree?
Call it my shadow.
Haven't you ever heard of the shadow? The shadow knows what evil lurks in the heart of men.
All right.
Isn't a shadow the lack of light?
Let's do it. Everyone go sleep.
Thank you, Pope.
Thanks for being here. As always, you're beautiful. Welcome to the day. Today will be a 12-minute day. In the night, Striker, you die. Day begins.
Peepers, same as Duke. So 5 Duke and Peepers are all the same.
Okay.
No.
Strange.
Posei, you're muted, by the way.
So it would be like
It's either Garinsky, me, or
Five.
it's Duke, Peepers, or it's Bayrex claiming with only 2 alive and seeing.
wait. Does that no? Hold on. Does that this isn't humanly possible to be a check?
Why?
Because hold on, stay with
Are
me
you
on
not
this.
town peepers?
CJ was the same. CJ was the same as Posei. Yes, Posei was shot or CJ was shot in the night. There was 2 KP that night confirmed because there was a medic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We reduced KP with 5.
Right. We reduced KP with 5, and then everyone, and then we
Right.
haven't lynched, and then we haven't
Wait.
lynched, and then we haven't lynched since, and then we haven't lynched since.
Oh, yeah.
No,
And he's saying that there's only one
Well,
Mafia alive. Do you
No, he's saying 2. It could be Garinsky, Posei, Garinsky, Posei, and CJ.
Because
We could have
got double stacked.
Peepers. We could have reduced KP with CJ.
Oh, I thought.
5
Wait,
is the
Duke, are you
town.
different?
Hold on.
I thought you were
No,
saying.
you and me are the same, Peepers. We're
Yeah,
different
you're
than
different,
Posei and
Posei.
CJ.
I thought you were fucking same check to Posei. That's why it was so
Why
fucking
would me and
weird.
Posei be like fucking duking it out yesterday?
Okay, hold on.
Because
All right.
I wasn't listening.
So here's.
Okay, so I'm same as Duke, which makes sense. So,
Yeah. Like what?
or you're Mafia.
So if we're on board, Peepers, if you trust Bayrex, then I trust Bayrex. We just win. We lynch Posei.
I mean,
we lynch
alternatively, we just lynch Garinsky, right?
Yeah,
And
we
that's-
lynch Garinsky.
No.
Yes, absolutely.
That should be
Because-
fine to you, right,
Because I'm
Bayrex?
down.
Yeah, we can lynch Garinsky, and
I
No.
formal
they're
Grinsky.
not gonna.
No, hold on.
Hold on, because it could.
No, wait,
No,
Iverson,
I am town. We have
Iverson,
like 9
Iverson,
minutes in the day. You're gonna ask me questions.
Shut the
and
fuck
we're-
up, Grinsky.
No,
The only way I lose this game
I'm
is
on
if
the block.
Barracks
I'm
is
not going
fake
to
and
shut
he's
up.
with
So,
Peepers.
at
That's the
this
only way I
point-
lose this
No, he
game.
could also be with Posey in theory, but that'd be really weird. That'd be a really. It'd be really fucking
the first
weird.
thing, we have a cop. We have a cop who has not died at this
He
point.
didn't vote on you, also. Though, note that.
I don't
No,
care.
because people didn't vote on sleep when we went for it
I
instantly.
don't care. I don't care about any of this. We have a vote on Posey day one with 6 votes.
Yeah, but it isn't telling because that's basically the
CJ,
world.
Bayrex, myself are like the unconfirms in that vote because Killing Folks died in the night. Stryker, Colin, Rob. So like, between those, like CJ claimed a save on Stryker day one that Ryan pointed out. So CJ's like almost always a hit with TMI. So if CJ's a hit, same as Posey, so Posey and Bayrex then would be the last Mafia.
You can't think I'm Mafia then at all, Grinsky, because I don't disrupt my partner's
Bayrex doesn't claim that.
We have Ryan 5 Peepers on Posey. Bayrex doesn't vote on his partner. Okay, so So yeah, me, Stryker, Duke. We didn't vote on Posey.
Yeah, which makes sense because
Duke did.
You're his partner, Garinsky.
Oh.
I didn't vote on you.
I'm whose partner? I'm nobody's partner.
I know voted
I
on you,
am
Posey.
Okay, unless Duke and Peepers, who I think probably had PR reads on the day that Duke said his shit, didn't kill me, they're gods at this game. Like, unless you can push that they did that shit, then good luck.
So here's the thing you have to talk to me about, Grinsky. You have to talk to me that Peepers and Bayrex are on a team. That's the only world I lose to because I'm always going to lynch Posey first because he's the difference check. I'm not going to lynch Garinsky first.
Okay,
here's the thing.
Because that eliminates the world. No, shut up. Shut the fuck up. That eliminates the weird ass world where Posey and Bayrex are both partners.
That's the least likely world, though. He's more likely a partner with Garinsky.
Let me ask you this.
The grossest part about these checks
You're right,
is that
right.
if you look at the
I'm fucking stupid.
if you look at the CPP vote, the only one alive currently that votes on CPP is Bayrex.
Which is fine. Like,
yeah. Posey, you spoke up to
that
bury
vote
him.
doesn't even matter.
No, I didn't.
I
I simply asked him about his read on.
I'm not going to get paranoid on Bayrex
That's
this game.
not
If Bayrex is Mafia, he played a good game. And then, like, the way that Bayrex was taking everything so seriously, like, I knew that fucker was a PR since the beginning. And the reaction he had when I called him out for being a PR was so genuine that if he did that as Mafia, this dude is a fucking god.
Did anyone hear what I told CPP day one? I literally said, play the game or fucking die. He literally gave nothing in his formal, so I voted on him. If he's not going to play the game, I don't
He
want to
gave
play
a
the game.
4-minute formal.
He didn't do anything. He didn't talk. He just talked about,
That's bullshit.
I think this person's Mafia.
I
He
formal
never
Garinsky.
explained any of his reads.
No.
I second Garinsky.
Formal on Garinsky accusation.
I think that you're the best place to go here, and you'll have 4 minutes. And if you are a town,
He's never the best place to go because
Anyway,
Bayrex wants to kill
I
him.
don't
So
care.
he's only in the
I'm going to talk about like everything independently that's happened with each of you and myself this game. Bayrex day one, I had a town read.
Wait! When Garinsky says that OGI read on me, do you actually think I go and laugh in the face of my partner saying like I have no fucking idea what this tool is talking about? Bayrex, if you're town, you fucking
Do I
know that this
wait
is
a
not how
minute?
I play as Mafia. I take a loss on the chin. I do
Never
not
mind.
get salty about
There's
people
more
not being
important
able
stuff.
to
All
read
right,
me.
Posey, that's great.
No, there's not. We need to convince him with
I
town.
don't know. You're
The fact that
like,
Posey
I know
is,
my
like,
line-
so on board
I know
with
I'm
Bayrex
town.
being the cop,
I've been
he's
playing town
probably
this
the cop.
entire game.
No,
Like,
because you have all decided
so
that.
I'm gonna move on. Peepers, do you think in any world that I'm Mafia, I'm going to try to put myself out there to get like 5 and Posey to like? From my perspective, yesterday,
I think you completely floundered on day 2, and a bunch of people tried to
That's
shove
fine.
it off
I
you.
don't care. I don't care about day 2. Do you think day 3, like in that situation, what incentive do I have to try to get people to realize that you're actually town?
Well, your KP's already reduced in that world, so you need
What
to
incentive do I have to try to push
I'm
my
never
read
getting lynched
on
there.
other people?
I'm never getting
All right.
lynched there. I'm not in a different check.
I disagree. Your name came up in the formal. Striker formaled you. Anybody could have seconded you, right? Nobody did. Like
Nobody would. There's a cop with a different check.
Correct. I seconded 5 when it came out. Peepers, I don't understand from your perspective how you can even think that I'm Mafia this game.
Because you based the entire game around something you couldn't even remember on day 2. That's
No,
how I
I
can think
based
you're
my
Mafia.
Posei read on that.
Which you were then basing who you wanted to kill on. You said, I'm looking at the Posei vote. Posei is town, and I want to kill these people.
No, that was 5 that said that.
No, that was
What are you
Gorinsky as
talking
well.
about? No.
Yes, it was.
I
That's
disagree.
why I asked you. That's
I'm
why
gonna
I
go
asked
past
you what
that.
your read was.
There was something else that was extremely weird that happened on day 2. Barracks and Duke, they like came out day 3 and talked about it. The only thing I remember the interaction between you two on day 2, Duke, you said, I'm coming at you, Bayrex, at the end of day 2. That was it. And you never came at him.
I literally said, if you were listening, I literally said, if you don't
was
claim
listening.
PR,
That is what
no,
I
you
heard.
weren't, because I said, if you're
that
not
is
a PR
exactly
barracks,
what I heard. And then there was no interaction.
All
for
right,
the
I'm
rest
just
of the
going to
day
fucking
between-
vote on you then. If you're not going to listen to what I fucking said, I'm just going to vote on you. I said, if you're not a PR, I'm coming at you, Bayrex. He did claim cop the next day, Gorinsky. Get your fucking facts straight. Don't put your goddamn words in my mouth.
you say PR.
Then you weren't fucking listening, dude.
Or
Just
you're
lying.
lying.
If you sound,
or you're
I'm not
lying.
letting this
Okay,
down.
if
you
I'm
believe
losing
this
to
is my
like, if
Mafia
I'm losing-
play. I'm so disgusted with you right now.
I'm losing to fucking.
It doesn't matter. Like
Bayrex.
I already got 3 votes on me, and this is GG. Like 2 alive. I don't know who the fucking team is. It could be Bayrex Duke. It could be Bayrex Posei. It could be Bayrex Peepers. But I know
Have
Bayrex
you
is
heard
probably
how
fake.
I talked to Bayrex today? We're very clearly not aligned.
I do not have any confirmed information. I understand that, Posei. From my perspective, he does not vote on you yesterday in a difference check. Like Cop
He
hasn't.
doesn't difference check me as his last living partner.
Posei, logically, like from his perspective, with Ryan coming out there, if he knows that Ryan is real, let's say he doesn't know that Ryan is real. Let's just hypothetically in that world, like it could be a world of 3, right? He has to get a Mafia lynched. And after your formal, he's not pushing on 5 immediately. It was like we had something like a whole minute and a half before we
Yes, but
finally
you're
got.
saying he's fake with me. That means that's no longer like 3 Mafias live. There's only 2. Because otherwise he never like difference checks 2 partners. That's just silly.
I don't care. I don't
Bayrex,
care.
I'm fucking town.
I know I'm town.
Push or rescind. Push. Gorinsky, 10 seconds.
I am town here. If you vote, you lose to the world of 2 today. You lose.
If you'd like to vote on Gorinsky, raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1. Vote. Gorinsky has gained immunity. Day continues.
I formal Bayrex.
That makes Bayrex fake.
No shit.
Like I'm literally not fake. I just let 5 get lynched. Unless you're saying 5's my partner.
Why didn't you vote,
Difference
Peepers?
checking my 5.
Thinking about it. So it didn't look scummy.
Oh my god.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to just question. I don't know. I'm disliking more the way that Bayrex is playing this. The more I look at it.
See, here's the problem, right? Like if Posei is doing this as like Mafia, which I can't see Posei going to this bitch card as Mafia.
I'm not Mafia.
Can we just?
You do realize that unless
I have immunity the rest of the day. Let's
unless
use
we're playing
nice
slow
things.
roll.
How about that? Let's just.
So why don't you shut the fuck up then if you have immunity?
Thank you, Peepers.
I mean, don't say useless shit when we need to actually figure out the game, right? I have immunity. Who cares? I formal Bayrex.
I second Bayrex.
Form on Bayrex. Accusation.
Yeah, I got you. Okay,
Yeah.
so this game, it was like my day 1 reads. I already told you, like you already know. I thought Killing Folks was town, Posei was town, Duke and Colin. as the day resolved, like I thought Posey's vote was interesting.
Why was CJ
so-
not in your town circle day one? If he was your check, why would you
okay,
not like?
so I didn't want to even talk about CJ or push on CJ. Like mostly I just want to see how he talked and how he interacted, because I think if like I go hard on CJ, he just dies, and I kind of wanted to get more like reads from him because he was kind of playing like he did on All Stars last night, where he was playing actual super serious and stuff like that, which made me think like, because he's been changing his play slowly. He's not doing the same stuff where he like just laughs and does jokey shit. He's actually taking the game more serious. So I was like trying to gauge his formal and see if it was similar to last night. It kind of was when I mod it. Like he was like trying to be serious. People kept talking over him. He got really mad, and then like I thought the emotion was townier. And then day 2, when I came back with the same check on Posey and CJ, is split vote. I thought Posey's formal was decent. The biggest thing for me was I thought Posey was possibly the medic, because there's a lot of medic reads for me.
Why would you then check me?
I checked you mostly because like I had 3 medic reads. I had Rob Alloy, you, and Killing Folks. And when Killing Folks didn't read, I was going to check between you or Ryan, because I thought Ryan's formal was like too good to be town. But I decided to check you because you had a split vote, and that would give more information. And then 5, I thought was possibly Mafia, where he kept like the way 5 was evaluating the game was interesting. I thought like he could possibly be your like third bussing CJ, because CJ's not a stronger player. And when I got the difference checked, it just made it seem like it was like a possible world of like 5, Striker, Ryan, because Striker's like reaction was kind of bad that day when I came out, because he kept on trying to bring up I was fake, but Striker's now confirmed, which makes it more likely that he's just the medic save and like 5 is town.
Do you honestly believe I play like this as Mafia?
Here's the thing. I think your emotion is very towny, but at the same time, I think you can do this as Mafia. I don't think it's impossible.
Have you ever seen me use emotions to manipulate people as Mafia?
The only time I've ever seen emotions is like Final Threes, where you're actually invested in the game because you want to win the game. Because was one Final Three where I saw you actually get mad at town because they weren't evaluating the game right, and then they lynched a town. You were like mad because people weren't playing the game correctly, and you pretty much were like, because everything they said was incorrect.
Why didn't you claim day 2 with the same check?
Because it's not beneficial to town because I thought like the way 5 was pushing, I wanted to see 5's alignment. It was more important to me. Also because 5 day 1 soft at cop, which made me very suspicious of him.
So why did you wait so long to come out with the check on 5?
Because I wanted to like I kind of wanted to just let 5 get lynched and go to the next day. But there was also the possibility that I thought CJ could have been a hit, and I was just reading him incorrectly. And it's more, I want to see how town reacted towards it and how people were like going, because I thought 5 could be in Worlds of 3, but also thought it could just be Posey plus 1, and they're like going to kill 5, then kill me, but then Ryan outed at medic, and since I knew there was a medic in the game, then I outed. Because
everybody has to vote here.
So
that's scummy shit to say.
Everybody has to vote.
I'm like actually the cop.
Push or rescind?
Like, not good at playing cop.
It's been pushed. 10 seconds.
I'm the cop here. The Mafia team could be like Peepers Duke, but I just don't believe it, because I think Gorinsky hasn't played this game. That's my opinion on him, and the fact no one voted on Gorinsky kind of strengthens it. Like I think like
if you'd like to vote on Bayrex, please raise your hand to the camera in 3, 2, 1, vote. That's not enough. The game is over. Mafia wins.
We had a Guaranteed.
Doesn't
That was
matter.
in the game.
Both the Mafia have immunity. Garinsky and
No.
Bayrex, so the game has ended. Your Mafia team is Garinsky, Bayrex, and CJ. CJ shot by your Vigilante, Siggy Wiggy, your Medic, Ryan dropping a lot of saves this game. Night 0 on Striker. Next night I was on Bayrex, I think, and the following night was on Siggy Wiggy when they double stacked. What else? The actual cop this game was Colin. Colin had a different check between somebody and somebody. I can't remember who. I'll check he'll tell you in a second. I would say there was a lot of good and bad play this game. I'm not going to critique this game. Don't feel like it. Good job to Mafia. CJ had the call and read, by the way, so kudos to CJ. He's the one who pushed it. He didn't want to let anything else go, so that was a good read. That's it. Good job. If you guys could send me a private message on Discord or in Zoom of who you think played the best for both alignments, I would appreciate it. Thanks.
Striker Colin had a same
I never vote
check
on my
between
partners.
Striker and Posey,
Ever.
actually. Not a difference check. Same check.
Why
which
do
pretty
people-
much was great
Why
for
did
day
people
2.
believe Barracks with the way he claimed? And he also slipped in that final 6, final 5, by the way.
CJ, you had Colin, I had Ryan. I
voted on neither of them.
Yeah, Ryan.
No,
I was
hold
the
up, hold
easiest
up.
save in the world. 10
Barracks-
people called me Town.
Barracks claimed that he didn't announce that the difference check on